welcome in. House of War, episode number 26. I am live. I am live on YouTube and I'm live on YouTube mobile. And we're going to talk about a very a near dear, a great topic, something I'm really happy about because this is something that's near and dear to my heart from a person that loves Malcolm X, man. This man shaped a lot of my mindset and how I, my thinking processes. Like Malcolm X, I always regarded Malcolm X as like the greatest black man of all time. You hear me? So this one is special to me. This is a special one. But we have to confront the truth. Right? That's what we do. This is what House of War is. This is what the whole War House is about. We're about confronting the truth. And today marks the 100th birthday of one of the most polarizing men in American history, Malcolm X. A man who inspired a movement, reshaped black identity, and unfortunately, he helped divide a nation. Now, before you get emotionally out of whack, listen carefully. This isn't about bashing Malcolm X. I'm not on here to bash Malcolm X. This is about breaking down what he stood for and the legacy he created, and what path he could have led us down. And if only he had discovered the truth earlier. Because today we're going to expose how Malcolm X help take America away from its greatness, not just for white Americans, ladies and gentlemen, but for black Americans who once thrived in Christ-centered, orderly, family-first communities. Let's get into it. But before we get into it, please hit the like button. This is the House of War. We're here in a war for truth. Hit the like button for me. Here on YouTube mobile. Joe, what's up, brother? God bless you, Joe. And we're going to get right into it. But hit the like button for me. Hit the subscribe button. Come on, man. We almost have 400 subscribers. I want to get at 400 subscribers by the end of the night. I think that'll be something special. But let's go back and let's go right into it. The early life as Malcolm Little. Malcolm X was in a broken home. He was jailed when he was a youngin'. And he had to rise through the prison system, unfortunately. But one thing people don't know about Malcolm X is his parents were political activists. Like his parents were very active in not politics, but they were active in fighting for black freedoms. Now, his mother, I believe I don't know if she was born in Canada, but she lived in Canada at a certain point. But his parents were freedom fighters. Malcolm X had very active parents in the movements of the early 1900s. But back to him going through the prison system. In the prison system, he was recruited into the Nation of Islam, and he got introduced to Elijah Muhammad's teachings. The key point of me explaining this is to let you know that Malcolm X, he wasn't raised with strong Christian values, so it's not expected of him to have these biblical principles anyway. But he was raised in chaos, pain, and confusion. I mean, the Nation of Islam offered him order, but not God's order. It offered structure, but not salvation. Malcolm X wasn't offered salvation. Malcolm X was ordered to be more orderly, but he was never offered a chance to follow Christ. And if you don't know, Malcolm X, his father was actually brutally murdered in his fight for freedom. Like I said, his parents were activists. Malcolm X had active parents. But when he got introduced to the Nation of Islam, what happened was he was introduced to confusion, because what the Nation of Islam did was they confused blackness with righteousness. Elijah Muhammad had a spirit of hatred. People don't look at them like they were like this, but they actually were. Elijah Muhammad called white people devils and taught racial supremacy. This is what their stance is about. Now, you ask me, look, there is no such thing as white, right? Race is a social construct. A person like me doesn't believe in race. I believe in culture. So even when I'm titling these things, when I say Black America, when I'm saying black, I mean a certain culture. I'm talking about the descendants of slaves, the working class blacks, the descendants of slaves. This is what I mean when I say black, but I'm not calling us a race. I'm saying this is a culture in a community that's we're Americans at the end of the day. But I'll say Black American just so you can get an understanding of what specific Americans I'm speaking of. I'm speaking about the foundational Black Americans. Malcolm X embraced these teachings by the Nation of Islam. He did, and he helped expand the Nation of Islam across America. The contradiction of Malcolm X was Bible teaches to love your enemy, and Malcolm X didn't preach that. There was a contradiction with Malcolm X. His contradiction was vengeance, and Malcolm X, he seeked vengeance. He seeked revenge, and vengeance doesn't belong to man. Vengeance belongs to the Lord. So in his fight and for the Nation of Islam, they teach vengeance. They teach revenge. So Malcolm's early message was filled with hate and revenge. Like it wasn't filled with love. So we're talking about a man that was introduced to the Nation of Islam that wasn't standing on any kind of biblical principles anyway. But Malcolm X embraced these teachings. And Malcolm X, he wasn't taught forgiveness and restoration. And the fruit of that tree was division, resentment, and a whole generation of young black men who started idolizing anger. This is what they did. This is the Nation of Islam. Let's go to some Christian black towns. Thriving while Malcolm X preached division. See, Malcolm X was preaching division, but he wasn't talking to, and he spoke about the hardship of these supposed oppressed black folks, but he never spoke about the black towns that were actually thriving under this oppression. Because you still have Black Wall Street, Rosewood, Idlewild, Nicodemus, and more. These towns were built on Christian values, discipline and marriage, and economic self-reliance. The truth is, we weren't all oppressed. Many black people were doing just fine. But you had these activists that was coming around, that was thriving through the country, that was telling people that, no, you're oppressed. Black people, y'all are oppressed. Hey, you're oppressed. Think about it. I know you got a house. I know you got a wife. I know you got kids. But you know what? Those white people, they don't like you. Pay attention. They don't like you, and they don't want you to be around them. Mind you, bruh just minding his business. Black people were just minding their business, just doing what they do. But then you have this whole, hey, look, the white man don't like you. They treat you like you less human. Mind you, brothers, like, people like, what is dude talking about? I don't get what you're saying. So let's continue. So while Malcolm X and others like Martin Luther King was telling black people that they were oppressed, there were actually black people that were thriving and had very successful lives, successful neighborhoods, successful towns. But they would tell you that the enemy was America. But and if you compare the blacks, the descendants of slaves, the African descended people of America, if you compare the descendant African people of America to the rest of the world, we were 1,000 miles ahead as far as privileges. So to say that the most privileged black people in the world were oppressed, it kind of tell you something. That goes back to that hard times make weak men, and weak men create hard times. This was in that whole, when the men started becoming weak because how easy the times have become. You see, the black people before Malcolm X had to grind. They had to grind to get where they were. But all of a sudden, though his generation became weak, and they started complaining about what their ancestors already fought for them to get to. Let's continue. So while Malcolm X preached white people were the devil, my grandfather was praying for his white business partner and building a thriving family legacy. You see, because Malcolm X ignored the success stories and instead he focused on the suffering. He taught people to see change even when they were already free. You kind of forced black people to see change when you're out there telling them, hey, listen, you're oppressed. But then Malcolm X had a turning point. He travels to the Mecca and he sees Muslims of all races praying together. He begins to doubt racial hatred and the Nation of Islam doctrine. And he even writes about the unity he saw and publicly changes his views. Ain't that something, right? He went to the Mecca and came back and was like, hold on. Something isn't right. I've been thinking this entire time, because I was indoctrinated by Elijah Muhammad, I've been thinking, whoa, wait. Am I thinking about this wrong? You see, because Malcolm X, he had to pray beside these white devils because he's a Muslim, right? So he goes to the Mecca. When he gets to the Mecca, there is no race there. There is no, you're black, you're brown, you're white. They all was thinking as one. So when Malcolm X gets to the Mecca, he's sitting there and he has to kneel and pray and bow alongside these white people. And guess what? It made him like, whoa, wait a minute. Maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. So he begins to doubt his racial hatred. He couldn't go over there with that same energy. It was like, hey, this white man is a devil. He couldn't do that. He saw unity. And he seen that somebody that looked opposite of him, he seen that a white person that looked opposite of him could stand on the same grounds and follow the same values and beliefs. You see, that's what the whole idea of America is. I can be a descendant of a slave. I can go through the pain too and feel like I'm oppressed. But as long as I can come to know that we got the same values, my brother could be a redneck from the deep countries. You feel me? I can still stand next to that brother and be like, hey, this is my brother. I can stand next to the dude in the hood and say, this is my brother. I can stand with a rich guy from New York and say, this is my brother. If we have the same values, we'll end up relating so much and because of our values that we can stand together and be united. But see, Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam, led by Elijah Muhammad, they didn't teach that. They didn't teach unity. They taught that their blackness is what made them together, that puts them together. Their blackness did it. But for the first time, Malcolm X saw that God is not colorbound. And for the first time, he began to teach a message closer to peace. But by then, the damage was done. It was over. So Malcolm exposes Elijah Muhammad for impregnating teenage girls. Well, before we go to that part, let me tell you about the split. So Malcolm X was in the Nation of Islam. This is why he left the nation. So JFK was assassinated. JFK gets assassinated. After JFK gets assassinated, Malcolm X has a speech coming up. And Elijah Muhammad tells Malcolm X to not speak on it. Don't say anything about this. Do not speak on the assassination of JFK. But this is what Malcolm X does. Malcolm X comes on stage and says, this is where the chicken came home to roost. Basically meaning this is what white people get for oppressing blacks. This is karma. JFK is being assassinated comes from karma. And Elijah Muhammad, upset that Malcolm X said this, kicked him out of the Nation of Islam. So after he kicked him out of the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X became bitter. Malcolm X gets bitter, and what happens? He steps away, and it was only supposed to be for 90 days, but he stayed away. And then he started trying to expose Elijah Muhammad for sleeping with teenage girls. But this the thing, he already knew he was sleeping with teenage girls for about a year or two now. But it wasn't until he got kicked out of the Nation of Islam to where he was like, nah, I'm going to speak. I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to speak on this. And he said this publicly, that Elijah Muhammad impregnated teenagers. So he impregnates teenagers. He puts this information out there, and this is after he gets kicked out. So this is a beef because he's mad about him kicking him out. So when Malcolm X leaves the nation, it's because of conflict between him and Elijah Muhammad. Yet Malcolm X knew about it for years. And Elijah wasn't a prophet. Malcolm was exposing him to be a predator. But the Bible teaches, be not deceived, God is not mocked. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. So Malcolm's silence while evil prospered shows he was loyal to the man and not the truth. You see, because he knew about Elijah Muhammad and he knew about him being a predator, but it wasn't until he got kicked out to say something. And when he finally tried to expose it, it was too late. And in 1965, he was shot and killed by the Nation of Islam members. Some theories suggest that COINTELPRO was involved too, but the shooters were still black men. And the betrayal of brotherhood and the price of obedience, it killed the truth. Malcolm X was not killed by white America. He was killed by the fruit of the division he helped cultivate in this Nation of Islam. And though he tried to reverse course, vengeance doesn't die quietly. But the rise of the black identity movements that prioritize race over righteousness was birthed in this era, where black Americans began idolizing suffering instead of seeking healing. Think about that. Was Malcolm X telling people to seek healing? No, he was telling you to identify the suffering that you're going through. The Nation of Islam's ideology continues to confuse black youth because the Nation of Islam and Muslims, they push people away from Christ. Christ is the answer. Christ's always been an answer, and we have evidence of Christ being the answer because when our families in America, and we do it now, back in the day and today, when we put Christ at the center, the fruit is good. In contrast of Malcolm X, Dr. King, he preached unity, peace, and God. But Malcolm, he preached segregation, anger, and man-made revenge. Malcolm X planted seeds that made being black a religion at the cost of the real faith that builds nation, Christianity. You don't build a nation by appearance, and this was what's wrong with the Nation of Islam. They put their blackness over God. You see, and that ideology is still seeping into black Americans today. We still do that today. We put our blackness over everything. Yesterday in the comment section, and even always in the comment section, I keep seeing people say, why you don't talk about these people? Why you don't talk about white people? Which I talk about everybody, and even family members and friends. Why you always talking about people that look like you? No, y'all only identify and say something when I'm talking about people that look like me. Realistically, this is what y'all do. And it's because black people got this tribalism thing, and black people already had a problem with tribalism. But Malcolm X and people like Martin Luther King, they enforced it to the point that you're not even allowed to say anything disrespectful about black people if you're black. You're not allowed to call it out. You get to call Uncle Tom, you get the coon thing, you get all of that when you're speaking about it. But all I'm doing is telling you the truth. Now, Malcolm X, I believe he meant well, but meaning well isn't enough because he followed a false prophet. He promoted hate and silenced the truth. And awakened bitterness. He did that. And though he tried to turn it around, it cost him his life. America was great when righteousness was more important than race. You see, when Christ was the cornerstone, not identity, that's when black families thrived. Black businesses soared and black men led with honor. It's time we return to that because that's what's important. That's what gets us to what gets us into freedom. When we remove all resentment and when we forgive and move on, that's the answer to all of our problems, is to forgive and keep it pushing. But see, black America will stay in this bubble of the majority of us being resentful unless we forgive. And when the majority of us is resentful, now we're creating communities full of resentful people, hateful people. This is what happens. You need to focus on your heart. This is what I tell people all the time. You have to focus on your heart. But Malcolm X, he did the total opposite. He pushed for something different. He asked for something different. Muhammad Ali, another one. Muhammad Ali, he pushed division. Unfortunately, and if you in the chat right now, please hit the like button. If you like the truth, if you a follower of Christ, if you love Jesus and you love God and you love unity, hit the like button for me. I want to unite the people. I don't want to divide the people. Fred Hampton taught us this. Fred Hampton taught us that unity is what's going to make us strong, and it was going to defeat the evils of this world. Malcolm X wasn't our savior. He was a broken man looking for truth. He was just like so many others. He was so many like everybody else. But the truth was simple. Only Christ restores what hate divides. Black Americans didn't need revenge. We needed repentance. We didn't need a new identity. We needed to remember the one that we had, that we're children of God. And Malcolm X tried to fight the system, but he never tried to rebuild the family. You see, we were in that stage where our families were falling apart. But Malcolm X, he wasn't focused on that. He challenged depression, but he never showed us how to heal. He taught us to stand against something, but he didn't show us how to stand for something. So today I'm asking you not to hate Malcolm. I'm asking you to understand. Reject the cult of racial identity. Return to the kingdom. Return to Christ. Return to the order that made our people thrive in the first place. I know that y'all forgot that our people were thriving at a certain point, because that's a hidden history that people don't tell you. But I'm going to let it be clear. We were thriving under harsh conditions. And in these privileged conditions that we are in now, oh man, you don't have an excuse to not be at peace. Black America was greater when we were God-fearing, family-building, and nation-revering. And I'm going to ask you guys now, do y'all believe that Malcolm X, did he help or hurt Black America in the long term? Like, did he? Think about that. Honestly, ask yourself that. And if he did, if Malcolm X had a positive impact, what do you think? What positive impact did he lead? What did he have? What did he do? How did he help? Did he help us at all? Like, think about that. I would say there are some positive aspects to him, but in the long term, what did he lead us to? What's the one thing you were taught about Malcolm X growing up? Do you think he ever truly repented before he died? He ended up finding the truth in the end, and he regretted everything that he did. So when they tell you that Malcolm X was such this legendary Black man, was this before he went to the Mecca, or was this afterwards? Because after he came back from the Mecca, his teachings were something different. So which one was it? Have you ever been caught up in racial pride over spiritual truth? I know I have. And people still defend Elijah Muhammad to this day. Why do you think so? Like, can a man be great if his actions divide more than they heal? Think about that. I'm gonna get to some comments. Are you Black? No, I'm not Black. But when I say Black American, you can classify me as a Black American, absolutely, because I'm a descendant of a slave. But I don't just claim my color. I'm an American. Okay, what else we got? Using time out. Nice. 24 hours. Those who don't study history are doomed to repeat it. 100%. 100%. I love that. The Jews rejected Muhammad, and after that, Islam became a rebuttal to Judaism. Why do you care so much about stuff that does not affect you? You asking me that question? This stuff does affect me. This stuff affects the people around me, because I live amongst people that follow Malcolm. So when you say it doesn't affect me, that's entirely wrong. I have a wife and children. So the people that I'm associated with, they're going to create children. The communities I'm associated with, they have children. and my children has to be amongst them. So yes, it's 100% will affect me because the people I'm around are affected by these teachings. If you haven't read the Quran, you can't judge Islam. I don't need to read the Quran to understand that it's not the truth. Jesus is the truth, the way, and the life. So it doesn't matter what the Quran says. If the Quran isn't, Malcolm was human. Malcolm was human. He taught me don't trust white people. He absolutely did. He put that out there. And where did it get people? Like, where did it actually get us? It didn't get us anywhere. Mama definitely don't claim him. Now, my mom is very proud of me, even though she stands against most of the things I say. 9 out of 10 things I say, my mother's against that. But no, my mother is very proud of me, though. Mr. Jamal Trump spent true. Jamal Trump, I like that. Jesus prayed to God. Jesus is God. Goes mute when they say BS. Somebody was calling me. You are a lost and twisted person. No, I'm a found person. Only Christians understand what I'm saying. If you don't get what I'm saying, it's because you're probably not one of God's children yet. That's why I say probably. Malcolm X was a tool of Jay's. Could he have been? Maybe. If you had to be another race besides black, what race would you want to be? I'm a few different races, if you want to call that. I'm a mixed person. I'm European, African, and Native American. Let's see. I love Jesus with all my heart, soul, and mind. He is the truth and the way. Thank you, Lynn. That's me too. I'm right there with you. Your mother is right. My mother is right about disagreeing with 9 out of 10 things I say. I mean, hey, that's your opinion. Why do you believe in God? I believe in God because God reveals itself to me every day. When I could see. You see, I didn't have these eyes at first. I was a very hateful person. But my testimony will break it down to you. I break it down to you. My testimony will show you how real God is. I'm a Muslim and I support Trump. That's what's up. I'm not a big Trump. I know I got the MAGA hat on. Yeah, I'm Make America Great Again all day. I'm MAGA all day. I'm not this big Trump fan. Jesus is not God. He never claimed to be God. Read your Bible. You're wrong. You just don't believe in Holy Trinity. But go ahead and read your Bible some more, brother. Nicole M. Christians are lost too. No, we're not. No, we're not at all. You are not European. I am European. Would you prefer to be all white? No, of course not. I prefer to be me. I'm proud of who I am. I'm not ashamed of anything about me. I am grateful for who I am, 100%. I love all of me. Why do I want to be white? White for what? Y'all mad because I'm proud of being. You mad because I'm a patriot and I'm proud of being a patriot? Y'all salty because I'm proud of who I am and where I come from because y'all don't come from anywhere great? I love America. I do. It's my country. This is where all my people from. My people, my ancestry goes back 400 years in this place. And I'm not supposed to be proud of who I am? When I'm supposed to diss who I come from? Never. You sound crazy. Do you listen to Nick Fuentes? I'm hip to Nick Fuentes. Do I listen to him? No, he like band and stuff all over internet, ain't he? Does someone leading people away from God strengthen the faith of people since it makes it more of a choice than the default position? Does it strengthen the faith of people? No. I think someone following God will have more faith in people. This is why I'm on here speaking to you guys now, because I have faith. My faith in God gives me faith that people can evolve and change, right? Because I was a very hateful, anti-white. I hated white people. I hated the United States of America. I burned flags. I was a very hateful individual. But until I found the Lord, until I learned that my life is great and that I should be grateful for everything I am and who I am and where I come from. You see, black people have this thing, a lot of black people, a lot of Americans in general, they're very self-hatred. Like this, because America has this reputation of being this naughty place. But I'm not like that. There's only one race that matters. Richard Ricardo Del Rio, there's only one race that matters, the human race. 100%, I'm right there with you, brother. And if you down for the truth and you love the truth, you love your country, it doesn't even have to be America. If you love your country, hit the like button for me. If you love yourself, hit the like button for me. You see, this channel, this is the House of War. This is for self-lovers. This is for people that love themselves. If you love yourself, hit the like button for me. If you love God, hit the like button for me. Whether you follow the Quran, whether you're a Buddhist, Judaism, Christian, whatever, hit the like button for me. Who you going to have all the way in the finals? I had Denver. You hear me? I'm from Cleveland though, so I'm a little butthurt. I don't really, you feel me? I done jumped out of that. I don't even want to watch. You feel me? I don't even care no more. But I say OKC. Our guys building my house got deported. Now I have half of a house. I still support Trump. That's messed up, man. I hope you get the rest of your house built. Okay, say that then. Rep your black side too, brother. I 100% do. I 100% do. So I did my ancestry and I'm like 60, 65 or like 70% black or African descent. Yes, 100%. I love myself. I love who I am. What's your message for us? How's your day? Ivy Rose, what's your message for us? How's your day? My day was good. My day was very good. I woke up and I was reading the book of Revelation and I learned about pre-wrath versus pre-trib. And I'm here to tell you now, pre-wrath is the truth. What's pre-wrath? So this is for my Christians, if you understand what I'm saying, but this is for everybody. So when in the last days, there's going to be a 7-year period of tribulation. And in the end of the 7 years, so like year 6, 7, Jesus will come save the Christians, but everyone else will have to suffer through the rest of the tribulation. And if you don't repent and you don't have faith in the Lord, you will be still here when the tribulation comes. And, you know, the Christians won't. We're going to suffer, but we'll come get saved in the end. They some slaves, 14th Amendment slaves. Nikki Santoro, do you find yourself being a constitutionalist? 100%. 100%. Nicole M, patriot. I can be both a patriot and black at the same time. Yes, you can. Yes, 100%. You can be a black patriot. Do not be ashamed of this flag. This is who you are. Black Americans, white Americans, Hispanic Americans. If you're from America, be proud of it. Don't hate yourself. Love every single bit of you. This is when you become free. When you love every single part about you. And you're not ashamed of anything you are. Don't be ashamed of it. It's look, love yourself. Love yourself. I know we got hell lies. I know that we live in low frequencies, but love yourself. I'm telling you, it's what's best for you in the long run. It's what's best for your children. It's what's best for your neighborhood. It's what's best for society. Love yourself. If you are so proud of your country, then why not join the military to protect it? I'm 31. I mean, if I could, I would, but I don't really trust our military like that. I don't think our military is doing the right thing. I think our military is doing a lot of evils. Respecting the hustle, get your bag, brother. Hey, man, I'm trying, brother. It's on the decline. The civil rights happen, bro. Let me scroll down because I'm probably missing 1,000 messages. I'm gonna scroll down. Sorry if I missed y'all. If Jesus showed up tomorrow, y'all would deport. Ethan Plays, oh my goodness, thank you for doing this. Scroll through my phone to find live streams roasting Republicans. Hey, come roast me. I need it, man. I need somebody to, you know what I'm saying? It's the House of War. I need some chunk. You know what I'm saying? I want to get after it. I want to get into it with people. You know what I'm saying? I want to skin y'all. It's easy for light-skinned people. It hockey is. We kind of got the advantage, you feel me? Because people don't really, I mean, you got to look a certain way for real. You can't. It is, but it is easier for light-skinned people. But it's harder for light-skinned people amongst blacks. You see, black Americans in general, the neighborhood will come after you. You will be a target, an easy target. When I was young, when I was a kid, I faced a lot of bullying up until I was almost a teenager. Then I flipped the switch and everybody even looked at me crazy. I had to jump on 10 to protect myself. It was out of fear. I was scared. So I had to become this animal per se. I seen a Facebook post today. I posted 15 years ago. When I was in high school, I think I was 16 years old. Me and my brother beat this kid so bad, and we ended up having to getting took out in the school in cuffs. And then the guy was threatening to press charges, but he never did. I was facing assault charges, like some heavy charges for pummeling this guy when I was 16 years old. I was expelled out of high school for it. I like the flag. I love my country. I'm very sad that my country also funds genocide. I'm right there with you, Nicole. I'm right there with you. I am not a fan of what's going on in Gaza and what they're doing to those people. It's sad. It's embarrassing. It's a stain on our history because we are involved in it. America has to do better. And the people that's in control of that, they need to check themselves. Donald Trump needs to step in and do the right thing, because right now, it's sick that we're even still associating with people that's doing that to people. So I'm right there with you. Free Palestine. You can still join the military. Could I? What would I do? I'm not a fan. I'm not joining the military. Nothing like Tom from Boondocks. Bruh, I'm my mama, I'm Tom. I don't got a white girl though. My wife black. But man, this not Tom because they're paying. I'm Tom from the Boondocks. Look him up. I look just like him. Not Tom, Uncle Ruckus. I'm definitely not Tom. I'm more Uncle Ruckus than Tom for sure. South Africans came is about to take y'all jobs. Oh yeah, I heard they on their way. Respect to you, brother. Not easy to stand up for what you believe in when it's not the popular belief. 100% Denzel Washington. But I stand 10 with mine because I'm not ashamed. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna stand on the truth. People used to people lying. Most people are used to people lying to them, and they don't like the uncomfortable truth. People don't like uncomfort. But this is what God does. When you connect with Christ, man, you invincible. You can't do nothing. And plus, man, I done been through the mud. I ain't worried about no internet comments. All it was supposed to take was 24 hours. He's a liar. You support a liar. You have been conned by a fool. And I'm somewhat with you on that. We could have, I may have been conned. I definitely voted for Trump. But if you take me back, I definitely vote for him again. Because no way in hell was I endorsing some lady that want to kill babies. Our military is great. It's the leaders in government that sucks. I agree, Buck fighting. Do you see yourself in Uncle Ruckus? I do, absolutely, because Uncle Ruckus was a truth teller. You see, everybody called Uncle Ruckus things, but they never called him a liar. So yeah, I do. I see myself in Uncle Ruckus. But you have light skin privilege. I do have light skin privilege. I do, and I'm not. I'm standing on it. You feel me? How Joyce 31202? How all this suffering removed us from God? Anything can do that if you let it. This is why I hold the black man accountable for what happened to Black America. It's the men that did it. The men let the devil in. You cannot put God in the mix with MAGA. What are you talking about? First of all, you can put God in the mix with anything positive, and this hat says something positive. Make America great again. So no, yes, you can. My friend from Ghana says some countries in Africa are very racist against white, and some are not. Look, Christians are being killed in Africa regardless of race. So if you pay attention, go look at what's going on. It's kind of bad. You definitely a whole troll. You are about division and money. How am I about division? I'm on here speaking unity and God. You see that you wouldn't understand that though, because you probably you're not one of God's children. But who am I dividing myself against? I love everybody and all people. I'm proud of who I am. And you got guys right here like Hot Sauce. Trump doesn't like you, bro. Durr. Trump doesn't like you. This how y'all think right here. I'm gonna keep saying this. Y'all keep seeking other people's validation. This is why y'all in hell. Grow up. Abortion. Arhan's abortion. How about choice for women? Is it okay to leave a woman in a coma for 6 months so her child can be born? Ooh, I don't know. That's a tough one. What do you think of Albanians? Silly claim that Greeks are Albanians. I didn't know that. I don't know anything about Albanians. Being mean is infantile. Nice. Goon fam, MAGA. Brenda Dyer, Trump don't like you, dude. Trump don't even know me. And people like Christians, only except evil people. If Trump's evil, yeah, he wouldn't be a fan of me. Hit that like button if you support goodness and gracious in God. If you're a follower of Christ, please hit the like button. I love connecting with my brothers. I love connecting with my family. You feel me? I love connecting with anybody that stands on righteousness. If you're a Muslim and you stand on righteousness, hit the like button. If you're a Judaism and you stand on righteousness, hit the like button. If you're a Buddhist and you stand on righteousness, hit the like button. Everybody else, I could care less. You feel me? Kick rocks. I don't care. I stand with love. This is the love gang over here. Because my heart will be on point when I transcend. I love you all. Notice he skipped my comment because he knows streets is the great equalizer. I ain't even see it, brother. My bad. Trump hates this guy. Damn, y'all keep talking about Trump hating me. Why would Trump hate me? What'd I do? I'm with Trump, not your trolling. I'm trolling? What am I trolling? I'm on here talking about Malcolm X. You see, because Malcolm X was the man that caused a lot of this division that we're seeing today. I ain't saying he birthed it, and I'm saying he's the sole creator of it, but he played a huge role into a lot of Americans, Black Americans specifically, to be divided from everybody else by color. So if you aren't Black, they looked at you like you were the devil, like white people were the devil. I have white ancestry. Was my white ancestors the devil? I'm not gonna call them that. I have respect for everybody I come from. So to say that people are just the devil because they're white, first of all, that's like first grade thinking. That's mental retardation. And what's your reasoning behind that? What's your reasoning behind calling the white people devil? What did the white people do to be classified as devils? You see, I know what it was. People didn't have names. They just knew that the people that were in control were white. But see, I cannot say, because this is what they do. People say the white people gave the slaves a Bible. Like that was a bad thing. Bro, the best thing you could do for a person, for a nation, for a community is to give them the Bible. The Bible is what saves. Jesus saves. You give anybody the gospel, that's the best thing you can do. So they always got this narrative of the white man gave you the Bible. Thank you, white man. Thank you. I appreciate you, master. You gave us the Bible. That's what I'm on. I appreciate that. That's what's up. There is no animosity coming from me if you passing out Bibles, dude. You're saving people with that stuff. So yeah, nah, y'all tweaking. Is it satire? No, it's not, Dr. Ascena. This is not satire. This is me trying to get people to understand they need to stop being so resentful, grow up, and get out of their hell, because I used to be there. We don't need the Bible. We need mental help. Nicole, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Jesus will save you from your mental atrocities. Slave came from Slavic people. That word did, absolutely. You're on and appreciate you, mouser. Slave mentality? What? I don't get it. You a Muslim, brother? No, I'm not a Muslim. I'm a Christian. He called them devils because slavery and Jim Crow. Or were you asleep in class when they were teaching that important lesson? They call it an important lesson because this is the important lesson, is that white people are devils because of slavery and Jim Crow. My guy, first of all white people don't even come from the same place, not even come from the same cultures. The Caucasians that you speak of come from all different regions of Europe. They all not even on the same page. The 13 colonies were split in between 13 different types of people that stood on 13 different types of things. So to classify them as one people, like they was all on one accord, is cap. The only people that's on one accord, you're only on one accord with somebody when you have the same beliefs and values. And the last time I checked, 300,000 white men died in the Civil War fighting for slavery to end. So did Malcolm X bring that up when he told you that the white man was the devil? That 300,000 of them died on behalf of slavery to end? Grow up. See, y'all don't think about that. All right. Stephen Lloyd, cancel race. Stop saying white, black, brown, and yellow. Just stop. I'm with you on that, brother. James Mitchell, what do you have to say about South Africans coming in, black man? I know nothing about that stuff. I ain't even looked into that yet. What's the deal with the South African thing? Why is that such like that's big news right now? What are they doing? Boo Boo Boss, right? They call us all white. We are all very different. 100%. The even in Ohio, there's different types of people. You're not who you look like. Your culture. You are your culture. That's who you are. You don't. I don't go to an. I live in. I live in the city of Cleveland. The white people in my neighborhood is not the same as the Amish. That's like saying they're the same. The white person next door to me is not. Is nothing like the Amish man that lives hundreds of miles from here. So to classify white people like they're all the same is foolishness. Also, look at their history, clown. Look at what history. Brenda Dyer, Malcolm X later denounced the things he said after he went to the Mecca. Yeah, that was a point that I brought up today because he did do that. But Malcolm X is loved and appreciated for his teachings before he went to the Mecca, which is upsetting because that's the legacy. That's most of the legacy he left behind, and he wasn't able to put out those great messages and everything that he learned as much as he did when he was with the Nation of Islam. And that legacy is what we know Malcolm X from, is that by any means necessary, the ballot or the bullet. This is what Malcolm X was doing. And unfortunately, that's what Black Americans remember him for. They don't remember him for his teachings after he came back from the Mecca, because if they did, people that follow Malcolm X wouldn't be so divisive. I used to be one. I used to love Malcolm X. I used to, I used to idolize Malcolm. I thought Malcolm was that guy. I literally posted Malcolm X. I posted a picture of Malcolm X and said the greatest man that ever lived. I posted this 5-6 years ago. I seen it on my Facebook. It popped up today because today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Malcolm X. He would have been 100 today. How many died to keep slavery? A bunch of people died to keep slavery. But see, you focusing on that part. You're not focusing on the part where people died to end slavery. Whites ain't want to fight for slavery to end, you goofy. Gotti Loke, you're wrong. You're wrong. You are wrong, Gotti Loke. Gotti Loke, you're wrong. Yes, they did. All right, whites not even from this planet. Man, you gotta tap in, bro. You gotta study Earth a little bit more. Ohio girl here. What's up, Cheryl? Do you need to catch up on current events? I do, bro. I'm out the loop, man. I'm out the loop. I'm sorry. I'm out the loop. I look into the South African thing, man. Y'all, I'm from Ohio. I'm from Cleveland, man. I got other things going on. I'm not worried about federal stuff, man. We focused on what's going on in the neighborhood right now. Stop capping and hiding. We not the same. Who? You think they fought and died for the slaves? Man, yes, 100%. Did everybody was 100% of all the guys was like, yo, yeah, we about to come, we gotta stop this slavery. And of course not. But I'm from Cleveland. We have a big statue downtown of all the men that stopped everything they was doing. They left their wives, left their children to go fight in a war for slavery to end. If you can't respect that, you are of your father, the devil, 100%. I don't have anything but respect for that, regardless of what their intentions were behind it. The slaves were being freed. So if you fought and you died for that, I got nothing but love and respect for your family, 100%. You don't know a lot of things you're talking about. Of course I don't. Blackface, white supremacist. I'm a white supremacist now. Nice. I'm just teaching people to follow peace and love, but I'm a white supremacist. Okay. Is this a Trump hat? It is a Trump hat, unfortunately. No, I ain't gonna say unfortunately. Trump cool. I ain't no big Trump fan though. You're living proof that not all white people are alike. It's a mindset. 100%. It's your mind. It's not your race. This is all made up. We have it too. I'm from the NE, but it was economic fight for most of them. Damn, Cleveland, y'all got soft coons, motherfuckers up there like that. Thought y'all was better than that. What? We are better. I'm a product of Cleveland, Ohio. I'm from the hood, too. Yep, this is who we are now. We the smart ones. We're the smart ones. Now 7937. Much love, bro. I'm from Akron. We brothers, even though we different colors. Respect, brother. My guy. All right, let's go. Thoughts on Ye? That dude crazy, but that dude is a genius. One thing about Ye is he always beat me to the punch in something. When he was wearing a MAGA hat like 4 years ago, I was looking at him like, what is this dude on? He got a MAGA hat on? Kanye tripping. This was me. Kanye wearing a MAGA hat? Oh man, he a coon. I was sounding like y'all. He a coon. He a sellout. And then I looked into Trump. I'm like, oh, okay. I like this fella. And another thing, when Kanye was being a Christian and he did the Christian album, I'm like, why is Kanye doing a Christian album? I was upset. I'm literally like, dude, what is he on? Anybody trying to listen to this? I'm playing the album. I want to hear some Ye music. I don't want to hear no Christian gospel album. Who want to listen to this? I was upset, me. And this was before I was a Christian. And then I became one. And I'm so grateful for that because I play his songs on that album all the time now. You see, this is the transformation of me, right? And I want people to look at this. When he wore the swastika thing a couple months ago, we did the KKK robe. I'm looking at him like, what is dude? I'm like, okay, he tripping now. I'm already upset that he went from a Christian rapper to he started making all these derogatory songs, Kanye West or Ye. So I'm like, when he wore the swastika, I say, what is dude on? Why is he wearing a swastika? Why is he wearing a KKK robe? Let me look into that. And I see why he was doing it. I understand why he was doing it. Because you got to look at it like this. He's trying to put a message out there that there is people in this world regarding to him and his personal thing he got going on. Every time something bad happens to him, it's always from someone that call themselves Jews that subscribe to the book, the Talmud. Now, look, it took for me to look into that to understand that the so-called Jews are the synagogue of Satan. And the Bible confirmed that for me. So, yeah, I appreciate Kanye for doing what he did because he made me realize that I needed to open my Bible more to understand who he actually was sending a message to. So, yeah, Am I a Nazi? No, I'm not a socialist at all. I'm not a socialist. I'm a Christian. And I don't hate anybody. I got love for everybody. But Kanye, he is not crazy at all. He isn't. I see what he's doing. And if somebody take my kids, I'm going DEFCON 3 on people too. That's the influence of MAGA. All I'm saying, they ain't chosen people. Oh, the so-called Jews? No, the chosen people are God's children, and God's children are Christians. Dudes need to research your political stance because you are mixing left and right ideologies. Bruh, ain't no right or left, ain't no left and right, none of that. I follow the truth. Let's see. I missed it. But yeah, though, you think Nazis were socialists? Do I think Nazis were socialists? They're literally called National Socialists. That's what Nazi is short for. Nazi is short for National Socialist. So yes, they were socialists. He used to be, now he's just nutty. Austin, people just mad because they are seeing what a real man looks like with morals and values. 100%, man. It's rare, brother. It's rare. It's not a thing. And like I said, I'm 1%. I am not. There is nobody around me like me. Nobody. This is who I am in public. This is who I am out on the streets. This is who I am with my family, with friends. I am this person right here. I don't fake for nothing. I'm not doing this for the internet. You can look me up. My name is Rock McCold. That's ROKMAKOBU. Look me up. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. This is who I am. I don't hide for nothing or nobody. I stand on what I believe in, and I stand on business. You hear me? Just because they were called socialists doesn't mean they were socialists, dumb. Why? National Socialists? And they weren't socialists? That don't make sense. This boy loved contradicting himself. Why you say that? You the one got everybody effed up. How? I'm white. F this guy. You're white? Immortal, and I'm sure you know something about history. And I'm sure you know something about history. I know a little bit. Buana, he wants to be a pet. Cheryl, I don't see color either. Should anyone else? No, we shouldn't. Color is that's a low level. That's some 3D level thinking. You hear me? I'm talking about I'm non-ether all the way. Buana, you stand on lies and stupidity. Stop. What lies? Can somebody call me a liar? Can somebody point out one thing I lied about yet? Because one thing you cannot call me is a liar. Waiting to see where that hat was made. I got you, R. Hans. There you go. Yes, sir. Born in the USA. Biden was the best president ever. Woo. I don't know about that. I do appreciate that you're willing to speak respectfully. 100%. Like when I found the Lord, I don't want to, I don't want to be too aggressive because, I don't want to curse. I like peace. It was immortal. You be spitting some good stuff. Appreciate you, Darren. Biden is number one. Biden number one. Hey, people big mad for what, man? They mad because I'm this oppressed fellow saying that I'm not oppressed. You don't see color, then you must be blind. You're crazy. No, because you're not supposed to look at people and judge them based on what they look like. You're supposed to judge somebody based on their character, not what they look like. Like so to look at somebody and say you're black and you're like this because of what you look like is crazy. People are, why is this black guy wearing a MAGA hat? Look, I wore during the campaign, I kept my hat on. You feel me? I go to black church. I go to black church with my MAGA hat on. Everybody was on my head. It was like Steven from Django. Everybody looking at me like, what was that nigga on that nag? This is how people treat you. Black Americans treated me the worst out of everybody. Nobody, as a matter of fact, nobody. Nah, I had an instance with this old Caucasian lady at Bob Evans. She was just looking at me like, motherfucker. But other than that, I was getting called coons, Uncle Toms. What the heck is you doing with that hat on? By everybody. I think somebody even spit in my pizza once. I walked into Papa John's, ordered a pizza. This lady was treating me like I was dirt. Mind you, I wear a suit every day. So it ain't like I'm not looking presentable. I'm a presentable guy. Right? But man, she treated me like I was black and Jim Crow, and then she was a white waitress or something. Right? Like it was crazy. That's your right. Why do you think people are upset when they see you with the hat? They're upset because of propaganda. People are upset because of propaganda. They're upset because of propaganda. People have taught people to hate. The media has trained people to hate Donald Trump. Like Donald Trump stands for something, or that he's known for something unrighteous. Like this is the thing you can call him out for his immigration policies. It's not the most godly thing, right? But other than that, how can the man that's want to stop the transgenderism thing from going, how can that be something he's hated for? You see, because when you're on the side of the LGBT, you're on the side of Satan. You're literally on the side of darkness. You're supporting people that's prideful of their sin. This is when you're on the wrong track. So this man was against that. That's what I was against. So I was MAGA all day. Let's make America great again. Get this hedonistic antinatalism out of our country, because people really now think that our lives are better if we don't have children. It's insane. It ain't the hat, it's your weak spirit. Buana, come on, man. Why my spirit weak? Explain it to me. Explain it to me. Sue Solid, the hat, not so much. Democrat supporters fell for the okie doke. Judge dismissed case with 34 felony charges. Mustang Mike, you're on the touch of man. Appreciate you, Mustang Mike. Love you, brother. Not because of anybody Trump's policies. Let me see. Judge not lest ye be judged, bro. I'm right there with you, R. Hans. 100%. You like Trump? Yeah, Trump cool. Domestic wise, I don't like his foreign policy though. Like not like that. He need to do something about Gaza immediately before I ever try to support what he does foreign wise. Malcolm X was a Muslim. How did he lead people away from God? Easily. He kind of trained people to put their blackness over unifying with people based on their values. Malcolm X put blackness over pretty much everything. He taught people that white people were the devil, not their character, not what they act like, not their behavior. He said if they're white, they are the devil. That's what Malcolm X did. So yeah, no, Malcolm X, that's not godly at all. When you're pushing for someone, when you're pushing and saying that somebody is the devil because of what they look like, oh, you got it all. You got it all wrong, Jack. You got it all wrong. You believe that his only issue with immigration? Come on, man. No, I don't believe that's his only issue. I think he got more issues. But hey, I I don't see a problem. None of the other things are really something to really complain about. You got your little stuff here and there, but what he done with tariffs and Doge, I think those are good things. The big things that he's famous for. Bryce Buchanan, Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king. 100%. I'm right there with you, brother. So clearly you believe that God makes mistakes when you discuss transgender humans. Oh, no, of course not. Of course not. God makes no mistakes. Man makes mistakes thinking that he's a woman because I think a woman is just a person with long hair and breasts. You know nothing about Gaza. Show your passport stamp. I gotta show my passport stamp to. I gotta go to Gaza. I can't even get to Gaza right now. But I gotta go to Gaza to what now? To know anything about it? I heard that they don't have any hospitals. I'm seeing these pictures look like they actually in Auschwitz back in when Adolf Hitler was taking over. Israel controls everything we do. That's why he separated us from them. But that comes with a cost. Right there. Is Trump unifying the country? 100%. And here's why. He's unifying because, well, MAGA specifically, we're more united than ever. Before Trump, it was very divisive. Obama brought that divisive stuff with us, 100%. Trump brought unity with us. Now you have everybody holding hands and unifying together, especially when it comes to the immigration stuff. Now, most Americans agree that the immigration was destroying us to a degree, and it really hit the black community hard. But if you really looked into it, you understand that. But you just have to know better. But most people don't. But Malcolm X went abroad and returned with better ideas. He saw all people together. Agar Cohn, yes, he did, 100%. Malcolm X was right there. Malcolm X was, when he came back from the Mecca, man, he was so smooth, he was sharp, and he learned that his ways, he was teaching people the wrong things, unfortunately. But that's not what he's popular for. He's not really popular for that. He's popular for other things. He's not popular for his better ideas. You know damn well that's not what Malcolm X was talking about. What did I say? Never mind. I'll scroll down. Thomas Sowell was ahead of his time. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Thomas Sowell was 1,000 miles ahead of everybody. I respect Thomas Sowell so much. I'd love to talk to that man one day. I think he's like in his mid-90s. Emilio Rosario, you don't make any sense. If you don't understand what I'm saying, it's because you're probably not a Christian. But I have yet to have a Christian say I'm saying anything wrong. They probably don't like the way I say things, but nobody's calling me a liar. This administration is trying to defund Black history. Maybe Black history is being taught wrong because we kind of got a lot of proof that it is. When you think that Black Americans are monkeys and that we're all oppressed, that's due to what you was taught. And what people were taught about Black Americans was that we couldn't do for ourselves. So we needed handouts. R. Hines, don't you remember Trump backtracking, Obama calling, name calling, birth certificate calling Michelle Obama a man? Come on. Well, who cares? Larry Elder speaking hardcore facts. SR, Larry Elder, that's my guy. Anarchy of the West. Racism doesn't exist on a large scale. Only people who won't stop talking about racism. 100%. Right there with you. Agar Cohn, happy birthday, Malcolm X. Happy birthday, Malcolm X. 100 years old he would have been today. Peace and love to the Shabazz family. Ron Swanson. I spoke to a young black kid working at the gas station last year. He was a Democrat and studying black history. I asked him if he knew who Thomas Sowell was, and he said they never taught him. Yeah, Thomas Sowell is not taught at school and with black history. Black history is taught about black people's hardships and oppressions. They'll teach you about Madam C.J. Walker, the Booker T. Washingtons of the world. But those stories aren't the popular ones. Our popular stories are are clickbaiting Rosa Parks, who was already in the NAACP and already was an activism, and her husband had a car when she jumped on that bus and was acting like she couldn't move just to start something. Meanwhile, there were several, maybe 100 other black bus stations that was owned by black people. Just sick. Oh, the white man ice colder. We about to go. We want to come infiltrate and have what he got because we don't like what we got. That's Rosa Parks. Those are the Black history stories we learned. These freedom fighters that was fighting for what now? When we already had our own? Okay. Larry Boo Boo Boss. Larry Elder spills the truth. Yes, he does, man. I learned a lot of game from Larry Elder. Bill Young. I have a few places I could take you with your costume. I guarantee you won't make it there. In 1 week, you will be killed. Where? Where could I be killed at for wearing this? What are you talking about? I'm not afraid of anybody that got a problem with this outfit. You know why? Because the people that got this outfit, the people that's upset about what I got on are soft, sensitive, scary, don't stand on any grounds. If you can look at a person's outfit and get upset and you will kill somebody for that, you're weak. I could never be afraid to walk around people like that. And people like that would be too scared to say or even do anything. So no, I wouldn't be killed. And yikes, man, I feel sorry for anyone who takes you serious. But good luck on your journey. Hey, man, you don't stand on God's principles. I do. Jesus came so that there would be no longer be no Jew or Gentile, but so everyone can be saved through him. 100%. 100%. Mira, thank you for that. Because people need to know that. People don't know that they can be saved regardless of who they are. These so-called Jews are not the only people. Because it's true. Don't know about Imo though. VSAN 310. Remember what America did to the Native Americans after the U.S. Army was done with them? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I know about some stories. I don't know about the entire thing. Mike, bro, the U.S. dollar is dying. The balanced budget, no new wars, and American prosperity was a lie. Bro, I'm afraid that you might be on to something with that. SR, what? Wow, not Teacher Thomas Sowell? Yeah, Thomas Sowell is not, nobody knows who Thomas Sowell is. Nobody. It's sick. I wish we did. My kids will definitely learn about Thomas Sowell once they get old enough to understand. Who cares? I guess facts and truth don't matter. Mira M. So knowing this, how do we think he feels about bigotry and abortion? Who? How we know who feels? I'll tell you how I personally feel about bigotry. I think bigotry is talked about too much, and abortion should be banned everywhere. Peanut, do you know religions are man-made? Absolutely. But Christianity is a religion that's based on just being a follower of Christ. That's it. LT, the hate he's wearing, he might as well wear a white pointy hood. Oh, me? I mean, if you think so, you think my hat says anything about hate, it doesn't. It says, make America great again. Nicole M, just to start something, explain why she needed to move for a grown white man. Because the rule was, what she knew before she jumped on the bus, before Rosa Parks jumped on the bus, she knew that it was reserved for whites and the back was reserved for blacks. She purposely sat in the front to stir up and to stir up ruckus. She provoked them to say something to her because it was already against the rule. So yes, she was a fighter. She jumped on that bus and sat in that seat on purpose just to start something. Just for what now? Just to lead black people to a boycott, which people it hurt the black economy when they had to go on this boycott because people had to stop. People couldn't make it to work. People had to start walking to work, which took time away from their families. The bus boycott lasted for a long time, and it hurt the communities. It didn't help them. God bless you, sir. I respect your views and I support them as long as they're on the side of Christ. I'm right there with you, Mirror. I just wish I wish our nation was a little bit more Christian, a lot bit more Christian, and people could understand what I'm saying. But most people are not gonna understand what I'm saying because most people just don't follow God anymore. Unfortunately, let's go, let's go, let's go. Israel or Palestine? Oh, Palestine all day. Now I'm not on anybody's side, but what Israel is doing to Palestine, they should be convicted of war crimes, and that whole entire administration should be kicked out of there. They should not be the leaders. They should not be in leadership for the state of Israel. Those dudes are wicked. I don't know enough about Rosa Parks, but they'll give black people the worst role models. It should be more like Clarence Thomas, Ben Carson, Larry Elder, and less hip hop, less gang culture. I'm right there with you, Ron Swanson. The worst thing that they did for the entertainment business did for us was to make the black man look like pimps and make the black woman look like whores. But hey, we love us some Meg Thee Stallion. Let's go. Let me scroll. Ooh, y'all commenting too fast. I'm trying to keep up. Black people stood together. They didn't want to be treated as second-class citizens anymore. And that's the thing, R. Hans. It's not about how people treat you. You know what I'm saying? And they were too focused on how people were treating them. And that was the issue. It's not about how people treat you. It's about how you're treating others because your heart is at stake at the end of the day. So to think that you were treated as a second-class citizen, that was due to you hating your own situation. Because guess who wasn't doing that? Black Wall Street, Tulsa, people from Atlanta that had their own. These black towns that was already successful and thriving. You think they were fighting and walking in the streets, marching for something? They weren't. They were in the South too, amongst the KKK, amongst these racist whites, right? So if they're down in the South amongst these people, but they have their own, and they weren't doing it, that'll tell you something. Rosa Parks was in the NAACP. She was in this movement that was fighting to not be treated like a second-class citizen. But at the end of the day, that's all in your head. That's you making that up in your head that you're being treated like a second-class citizen. At the end of the day, the Constitution gave all American citizens rights. And black Americans, descendants of slaves, were a part of that. We had the rights too. So to pretend as if we didn't is asinine. Ask a 10, ask a 11, because we did. Violence equals religion. Ooh, no way. Not Christianity. Bro doesn't understand he's too far gone. Too far gone from what? Only a horrible businessman bankrupts a casino. Where is the black representation in the current administration? Scott Turner, that's a black guy. He's on the current administration. And what happened to Black Wall Street? I don't know what actually happened to Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street, I gotta look into that. And I doubt anybody here knows anything either. But I do need to look into that. But we do know that Black Wall Street was burned down. Can I get a free Palestine? Free Palestine, 100%. Yeah, Black Wall Street was burned down, but they built Black Wall Street back up immediately, right afterwards. Nice suit. Thanks, JFR Media 73. They built back up Black Wall Street. Those people that built Black Wall Street, and when it got burned down, they built it again. So what happened after that, I couldn't tell you. Brianna McCoval, hey, babe. We had black transportation systems. Why would we care about white buses when we had our own? That's how you know it was a setup, 100%. Rosa Parks, they was forcing that stuff. They was doing all of that for what? Because they was tired of being treated like second-class citizens? Dude, go get your own. Get your own, because there was black cities and neighborhoods and towns and communities that had their own, that wasn't marching for stuff like that. Oh, they ain't treating us right. Nobody was doing that. Not successful neighborhoods. It was only the complainers, the peasants, that was doing that. But you see, the black successful people, They weren't doing that. No, everybody was looking around like, what are they talking about? Why are they complaining about? Oh, okay, maybe they mad about Jim Crow. The only people that was mad about Jim Crow was people that wasn't getting to it. So they was upset. I know all about Black Wall Street. Tell me something, Low Lumbus. Black Wall Street was rebuilt. Yes, it was. More than just Black Wall Street. It was many towns. Yes, it was. There were several towns, several big successful towns that was ran by descendants of slaves that was very successful. Come on, man. We had oil wells. Black people wasn't dummies. Like they try to pretend we were. Like they try to pretend that Black Americans were just these illiterate broke people back in the day that was so oppressed that they couldn't do anything, and people, the white man had his foot on their neck, and the KKK was hanging everybody. Like, stop the cap. That's not the truth. Like, you're telling a half truth. The education gap didn't help for the mass majority of victimization as a whole. Should have been stopped once the civil rights movement pushed the country to progress and unite as a whole community. The civil rights, I'm gonna push back on that, Robert. The civil rights movement didn't. I don't believe that it united the country. It actually separated the country. It actually split us up. Trump helping the blacks like you thought he would. What are you talking about? Nah, the blacks don't need help from the president of the United States. The blacks need to help themselves. Our problems are way bigger than what a president can solve. We actually have, like Black American families have incest going on in their families. There's a lot of pedophilia going on in these families that people don't talk about. You know, the average little black girl is sexually abused. That's what the Black community needs to address. Do you know that the gang culture is as high as it's ever been? Black men are getting killed by guns by other Black men. That's high. That's nothing the president of the United States can solve. The only thing he can do is enforce more police. Remember, but mind you, y'all want to defund the police. So no, don't come with the whole, whoa, what is he doing to help the Black people? What is the Black people doing about helping these little girls stop being sexually abused? Huh? Why aren't the women being married? Why is the father not present? Huh? Don't talk to me about no president doing anything. The president can't save your goofiness and your ignorance and your rejection of God. None of this is saying it's factual. I mean, whatever, Jordan Bell, prove it. Pure ignorance and plain dumb on display, 101. Me? Okay, Peanut. John Copany. And what happened? They burned the towns down. It was the truth. Jesse Plantation Lee. Burnt what towns down? You talking about Black Wall Street? Nah, they burnt it down and built it back up. They lost the war. They went to war with a whole nother town and they lost. But guess what? They ain't sit there bicker. They ain't sit there and moan and cry. Oh my God, we can't win. They didn't do none of that. That's what y'all would have did. But them people of Tulsa, Oklahoma, they built their city right back up. So stop complaining and get your bag in so you wouldn't have to worry about, oh my God, they so racist. They treat us so wrong. Why Master can't love me? And I'm the Uncle Tom. I can't be the coon. That's y'all. Y'all be looking for white people approval so much. It's sick. Do you think it's sick that this country isn't giving priority to the family dynamic? Yes, it is, Yummer. Yes, it is. That's one thing people lack. They lack that family dynamic. That's what's gonna save us. That's what saves neighborhoods. It's what saves families. You save your family by saving. You first prioritize your household. You prioritize your household. You'll help the neighbors. Prioritize your neighbors. You prioritize the community. Prioritize the neighborhood and the community. Prioritize the town. Prioritize the town. Prioritize the city. Prioritize the city. Prioritize the state. You have to be a countryman. But it starts with you. And how you help you is by helping yourself. How you help your family is by helping yourself. It starts with the man in the mirror. Who destroyed Black Wall Street? I actually don't know. I don't know. I know about it being built back up, but to tell you who specifically dropped the bombs on them, I don't know. I know the governor didn't do anything when it was going on, and they called for martial law when it got too crazy, but it was already too late. Arhan, tell them this stuff is happening in all communities. John Conopy, hey, you guys, this person is a young Jesse Plantation Lee. Whatever, dude. Off her denier. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Every Black girl I've messed with has been raped or won by her family member. Dead ass. That's the truth. That's the honest truth. This is what black community, this is what the black people need to address. The girls are being abused. Damn near all of them. You can't even speak to one that hasn't been, that something didn't happen to them. And the black woman in here listening, you know what I'm talking about. So while y'all here talking about what is the president doing for black people, y'all go help these women. Y'all, the black people need to stop abusing their women. What are you doing to stop sexual abuse? Being a husband, being a father, producing a good family, that family that has good morals. It starts with you in the mirror, like I just said, Jordan Bell. Black on black crime is your people's biggest hurdle. 100%. 100%. But no, the president got to do something about it. The president ain't doing nothing to help us. John, nothing like blacks like they do today. Your ancestors are crying in their graves. No, they not. My ancestors are very proud of me because I honor and love all of them. Goofball. Bro hit y'all with the truth nuke. Subscribe. Appreciate you. Miserable people like to complain. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Misery loves company. And boy, man, the black Americans got us out here looking bad, man. But a lot of us are still good people, though. I know a lot of good black Americans. It's just, man, the Malcolm X's and the Martin Luther Kings, the people that push this agenda to put your blackness before everything, it kind of hurt us. Amen, brother. Keep pushing. People need to put their trust in the one and only true God, Jesus Christ. Keep pushing for Trump 2025. MAGA. Appreciate you, Cheese. That's what's up. How old are you? I'm 31 years old, born 1994. Azim Shabazz. Yes, sir. SR. Amen. Black needs to help themselves. They so used to gimme, gimme, gimme. They forgot to, they have to look at what's going on in their own community and call it out. So used to celebrating bad behavior. Yes, and sir, I'm right there with you, SR. This is something like people, they just don't do. People don't acknowledge the real life problems black Americans go through and face every single day. That the darkest things that we face that we don't talk about. Like, don't talk about. Did you make a deal with YouTube for pushing anti-black content? Bro, I just made this YouTube channel not a month ago. And this is not anti-black content. This is pro-American content. So quit being a hater because you don't understand that what I'm doing is telling people the truth so you can look in the mirror. It's like being an alcoholic. You're not going to change if you're not claiming that you're an alcoholic. Like black Americans, dark Americans in general. I ain't talking about dark skin, but just low vibrational Americans in general, because all black Americans aren't low vibrational and barbaric like a lot of people are from these inner cities. But just like them, y'all just need to level up and get out of your hate, get out of your sin, follow the Lord, and it'll clean you up. Give me $1 million, I'm a slave. Did you vote? If so, then why? This was my first year voting. This was my very first year voting. And I voted for Donald Trump because I was impressed by the campaign, and I didn't want the Democrats to have power because they're kind of pro-Satan. Shuck and jiving for Mouser. Mouser, am I doing, is eyes doing it right? Stop it, lame. The black people need to address you. Bro, I'm around black people every day. I'm from the hood. I'm really outside. I really be in the hood with it. I really be standing there on business, talking what I'm talking right now, saying what I'm saying right now. But the smart black people don't fall for the okie doke. You're a lame if you think if I'm faking this and what I'm saying is wrong. You're goofy if you think what I'm saying is wrong. You just don't stand on anything. A lot of y'all so-called blacks stand on what y'all want to stand on and don't believe in anything. Step up and help. I got to. Get back to the truth, and you are a young man with light knowledge. Dad win, fathers win, 100%. You need to read The Man, not by Dr. Curry, who talks about black boys being abused. Bro, I was one of them. Like, this stuff happens, bro. This is common. Yeah, sexual abuse is real inside the black community. Physical abuse, sexual abuse. Bro, yeah, I'm talking about through the mud, bro. I've been through foster care twice. Like, I'm talking about real life mud. Real life, grimy life. some conditions kids never supposed to see. But people be having all of these fake complaints. Like, stop it. Y'all ain't going through nothing. Y'all privileged out here. Travis Nichols, good man. Appreciate you, Travis. I already know you a good man. If you understand where I'm coming from, you got to be good peoples. Shanti's a fly. Yeah, right. Look at you. What you're saying and who you support. You're not a good husband or a father. What did I say? That will make you think I'm not a good man. I'm a follower of Christ. I can't be not. That automatically puts you down at least halfway in there. You are hellbound quicker than the Grand Dragon. You are hellbound quicker than the Grand Dragon of the KKK. I'm cooked, huh? We need a Trump to run the UK ASAP. Man, this light is super bright. The family is extremely important. Is extremely important to our community. But we are also have other issues that are impacted by that dynamic that is political. Like what? Tell me. Can politics help us with our self-hate? Because a lot of black people, man, we hate ourselves. We hate where we come from. And I think it's due to the school system training us to be that way. You see, my daughters, they go to Christian schools. They go to Lutheran schools. There is no race in there. They don't teach and push a race. There is no Black History Month, thank the Lord, because that's where it starts at. They start telling you, hey, remember, black people was monkeys. Y'all was slaves. Y'all was nothing until we brought y'all over here on the boats when y'all was enslaved by the Africans. And then we beat you. We hung you from trees. We abused you. We raped your women. Remember, you just a jigaboo monkey. And then the kids be really thinking that, like, damn, I'm a monkey. I'm telling you, that's how I go. I went to public school my whole life, K through 12. And that's what I got out of it. I was ashamed of being black. I'm like, damn, why they do us like that? What, about nothing? Hey, you leading black folks astray. No, I'm not. I know what leading black folks astray look like. It don't look like something I'm saying. So you never been through anything racist? No, I haven't. Everything I look back on, no. And I've been arrested by cops several times. I've been pulled over and was called, the lady gave me she tried to do a breathalyzer test, she tried to do a drunk test with me when I never smoked or drank anything in my life. Like, I've been through a bunch of things, but racist things. I grew up in the inner city of Cleveland, Ohio. What y'all call racist, I don't know what it look like. I've been through some racist things through black people. I've been jumped by black people. I've been abused by black people. I've been called names by black people. I've been bullied by black people. So when you go through as much abuse that I went through, there's nothing anybody else can do to me that make me be like, oh my God. You call me a nigga. Never, bruh. That's, you a man, you ain't been through nothing if somebody called you a nigga and now you in your village, you man, what? Mama, what happened, baby? What happened? Man, these white boys, I was walking down the street. They called me a nigga, mama. They called me a nigga. Never, I'll never be that. You sound crazy. I'll never, bro. Y'all ain't been through nothing. That's like you ain't seen nothing. They treat me like I'm less than. I just want their approval because I just want to be white. And they don't want to let me in the club. That's what y'all sound like to me. That's what y'all sound like. Y'all sound like that. Dude, they ain't treating me right. I just want to be treated like them. That's what y'all sound like to me. That's what y'all always sounded like. So no, I've never been through anything racist. Agree to disagree. It wasn't perfect, but the civil rights movement pushed for change. It brought legal equality and helped the U.S. around basic human rights. It was a step, not the finish line. What basic human rights? I don't get it. Like, what basic human rights didn't black Americans have when we were owning oil wells? What basic human rights didn't black Americans have? Like, this is a genuine question. I really want to know the answer to this. What did they get? What did we get? And if you bring up the Civil Rights Act, all they did was dumb down the standards to be a voter. That's what it is. You gobbled up that propaganda from the right. No, I didn't. Sean, you got the chat. Sean, you got the chat to chat yapping your nonsense. You go from chat to chat. Look at you on here talking about people that don't call out problems and support bad behavior. Yet you support one of the most heinous, egregious people to ever run our country. Do I? It's anti-black content. No, it's not. Slave mentality. What is Trump doing to gain your support? He's not doing so good right now. You're in Christ. Of course. I feel bad for your children. I feel sorry for your mother. Bring it back to good talking points and ignore the trolls. The comments are great either way. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Robert. You read for Christian values. I get it, but it's bigger issues, homie. Is it? I don't think so. I think Christian values is the most important thing we can do. I think that's the answer to all of our problems. There is no bigger problems than us not following God anymore, because as I showed it 2 episodes ago, I showed how polished and how good everything was when we were standing on godly principles. You're a good man to me too. Appreciate you, Travis. We are sorry your parents left you, but hating blacks not it. Heal, bro. I do not hate blacks. If me telling you the truth about the atrocities we see in our community is me hating blacks, that's you're thinking backwards. Trying to be accepted by people that hate your guts. What people, bro? Is your wife black? Yes, my wife is black. My wife is a black woman. He's dropping knowledge. Listen up. Appreciate you, Kevin. Your party hates you. What party? I don't belong to a party. Stop, man. Get your head right. And none of that is what you did yourself like that. You're pro-Satan. What does the left have so much hate in their hearts? They don't like their situation. That's why they won't change. Oh, yeah, I'm clipping this. Thanks for that clip. What was that when I was dancing, when I was acting like I was crying? All right, I'm going to scroll up. Man, oh, my God, these comments everywhere. All right, God warns us for false prophets. Yeah, I'm not a prophet. I've never claimed to be a prophet. I am not a prophet. There is no such thing as prophets. Jesus was the last one. Black people of America, just look and listen and let it sink in. Oh, my goodness. Peanut, I'm trying to tell you, I ain't saying nothing crazy. Chris, 10DC, find the problem and fix it. Don't dwell on the past. Make your life better than your parents. You control your life. Don't play victim. You keep on going. Thank you, brother. We do not harp on what happened yesterday. We keep it pushing, and we follow love. We follow Christ. We follow righteousness. You can't practice hate and be in Christ. I am not practicing hate at all. Am I making like if I'm giving comic relief to black people crying about things that they shouldn't be crying about? Yes, I am. Because I think people need to grow up and get out of that. I understand that it's a mental thing. Like, they need just to stop. You know what I'm saying? I can only do it my way, man. This is who I am. I ain't gonna, you feel me? I don't know how else to do it. This how I always do it. You feel me? I don't talk like nothing else. I talk like me. The truth is in the Bible. Jermaine Campbell. My bad, y'all. Dudes keep calling me. Y'all missed the most important part of the question. Is his father in his life? Yes, my father is in my life. I was talking to my father this morning. And that is a very important question. Larry Elder, my man. All demons. I didn't mean you. I meant the MAGA hat you're wearing. I doubt God would approve. You think MAGA is anti-God? If you go look at the MAGA community. Make America Great Again community is very pro-Christian community. It's a very pro-God community. And I only learned that when I understood when I understood the value of my country was. And the MAGA people are the people that are the patriots because they love their country, because they love their life, and they love the people that they come from, and they love. Conservatives love their situations. I need to go do my homework, so I'll be quiet for a while, listen more. Appreciate you, Robert. You can't accuse a man of self-hate if he's married to his reflection. Thank you, brother. 3 beautiful black children also. God bless you, sir. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. There you go, right there, Nicotine Jenkins. Appreciate that. What made you not support Kamala? Abortions. Oh my gosh, you're anti-history too? Huh? No, I'm not. Do you think total immunity is a good thing for cops to have? Nah. I'm not gonna say it's a good thing for cops to have, but I don't want the cops to be at a disadvantage. We need the cops to be strong because I don't not now there is corruption amongst the police forces of America, 100%, and that goes from the top, from federally to the department in your local city. But I so there should be some kind of consequences to their actions because they're humans like me and you. But I don't want them to lose their power because if they become powerless, then we're gonna turn into the UK. Because she supports abortion. Yeah, yeah. I don't. Abortion is. I feel like it's the worst thing that people do nowadays. There's nothing worse than that. Righteousness is Deuteronomy 6, chapter 6, verse 25. Good verse, brother. This dude is a grifter and a liar. He is trying to get money. I don't even. How can I get money? I'm not getting money from this. It's 10 o'clock now. Christian. So you know all of this and you don't want your children to know what they did to your ancestors? Bro, slow down. Let me tell you something. Shantae, Soulfly. Uh, I'm a black American, right? But I'm a white American too. I have European ancestry and I have African ancestry. Did this to your people? My people is literally all of the Americans that lived before me. I have European ancestry. I'm not that black. Look at me. Do I look like a black man? I don't even have nappy hair. I'm not this blackety black dude. And I knew, and look, and I tried that my whole life to try to force people to prove that I was black. I used to wear ankh on my neck. I wore locks. You feel me? If I had my wallet on me, I'll show you an old picture of me. I wore long dreadlocks. I never cut my hair. You feel me? I was a very pro blackety black dude. Nobody's crying. You just sound goofy. Black Lives Matter. Heaven's Beauty. Black Lives Matter. Travis Nichols, you are an alpha male. Right on. Appreciate you, brother. Shantae So Fly, I bet you don't want them to learn that because then they will look at you crazy. Learn what? Oh, about racism? Nah, my children will never. I ain't gonna say never. They're gonna learn that there's race soldiers like people like think like you. But no, my children will never subscribe to thinking that they're beneath somebody because they're part black. No way. You better off learning the origin and the history of black people because you seem lost. Bro, you don't even know the origin and the history of black people. Dan the Man. Or the origin and the history of black people. There is no such thing as an origin or history of black people. That's not real. Unless you're talking about the African people, that's if you're calling them the black people, bro, you know how there's millions upon millions and millions of black people with different histories. So to say, well, black people got the same history is silly. No, you got bullied in school. Tell the truth. 100% I got bullied in school. 100%. When I got to high school, it was a different story. But I did not get bullied. I did not. I definitely got bullied in school. I mean, sorry about that. I definitely got bullied in school. Let me see. What policies did she have? None. 100%. Kamala Harris did not stand. She didn't stand on anything that was interesting. Sir, you are correct. Angel West, sir, you are correct. And keep telling the truth. Thank you, Angel. Appreciate that. Look, if you love God, if you love the Lord, and you love standing on the truth, hit the like button for me. Please hit the like button for me. We need more people we need more like-minded people in the chat. Everybody else is so anti-black. Oh, black people are monkeys. Oh, black people are jigaboos. Oh, black people don't know what they're doing. And the white man just took advantage of them. Oh, no way. Black people are intelligent human beings. LOL. I'm so glad I clicked you doing that Shuck and Jive dance. Man. White folks raised you. Never. You sound crazy. My dad is a gangster for real. My dad really was a real gangster for real. I really grew up in the trenches for real. What are you talking about? Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'll be a lot nicer if some white people raised me. Yeah, I think so. I'll probably be a lot nicer. We know Caucasians is a lot less violent than blacks as far as the last 100 years. I'm not gonna go say the last one. Yeah, the last 100 years. Yeah, it's debatable. But the last 40 years, oh no! I grew up around the barbaric blacks. Hey man, keep your head up. We get what we earn. The first is God, then comes family, then comes country. You right there, brother. You're right there, 100%. I'm right there with you. End poverty, cheaper drugs. Now, Bird was a cyclops in the KKK. Oh my God, I got smoked. Sorry, y'all. All right, I'm coming down, coming down, coming down. As a black man, we need to vote Democrat. What you doing, YN? Are you tripping? No, we do. No, we do not. Not gonna lie, I'm black and I still dislike my own people. Bro, everybody, most people black hate their own people. Not me though. I'm not one of those people that hate my people because I understand. I'm not one of these people that think all black people are the same and we all supposed to stick together with all that tribalism. I don't do that. I study the economy and I study the cultures of different states and regions of this country. I don't look at black people like they're the same. I learned that the hard way. I was in Naples, Florida, and I was looking for some black people. I couldn't find them. I finally found a black person down in Naples, Florida. He was this Haitian guy. And what I told him, I was like, man, I'm glad to see somebody down here that looked like me. And he put me in my place. He said, brother, we ain't the same because we black. I'm from Haiti. We ain't nothing alike. He said, I'm a Christian. This is what this man is saying to me while I'm trying to be like, hey, it's a black man. Oh, how's it going, brother? He like, what are you talking about? I'm not black. I'm Haitian. I'm from Haiti. I'm like, right, you black. We both black. What you trying to say? You trying to say we the same or something? I'm basically like, yeah, we family. He like, no, we're not. Are you a Christian? I'm like, nah. He was like, we can't be family because we don't even stand on the same stuff. I stand on this Bible. What you stand on? And that taught me a lesson right there. Really awakened me to me having this blind unity with people just because they was dark skinned. I'm sitting here laughing at this guy. What a joke. Trek, man, you was in here yesterday, man. You might as well just, you feel me? And did you subscribe at least? Come on, man. Show me some love. You ain't got to come in here hating. What's the most violent race? Check your facts. What the most violent race? Check your facts. Who deals in mass pew-pews? I didn't understand that one. Sorry, my IQ is very, very low. Take that hat off. Sorry, Ruben. Tell him quit crying and get a job. Oh, my mama, go find something to do, man. Go work hard. Maybe you'll realize I'm saying something righteous. Maybe you will realize I'm saying the real. Because only people with the entrepreneurial spirit or the Christian spirit will get where I'm coming from. You got to work hard in this world and not worry about what other people say. If you worried about what other people say the way y'all did, the way y'all do, me and my business, oh man, my business would be in the toilet. But hey, man, you gotta be able to move on and push forward and not worried about what people think. What has the Democrats done for the black community in the last 50 years? Enforce welfare, which got us in this crippled position and act like we can't do anything for ourselves. Just say you a house ninja. I's a house ninja. Therapy. You need therapy. No, you need therapy. I'm really triggering you right now. You didn't go to Jacksonville? No, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Trump 2028. No, he's too old. You don't know who God is. Ruben. Yes, I do. I promise you. I'm hip, bro. Teams and memes. Please remember to stay in your lane when that day comes. Oh, I'm in my lane. I'm in my lane, brother. I promise you. I'm in my lane. God bless you, my brother. Leono, appreciate you, bro. I'm Black American. Black Americans are my people. Only? Is Black Americans only your people? But see, because when you identify like that and say, well, only Black Americans are my people, what you're doing is you're creating a thought that y'all all are the same and that y'all stand on the same things. It's not true. You if all black Americans are your people, that means y'all follow the same stuff. Wouldn't that mean that? And not last time I checked, people that don't subscribe to a religion, they subscribe to their own beliefs and their own personal beliefs around things. And this is why there's so much division, because black Americans that don't subscribe to any religion, they make up their own thing, and then it separates them and disconnects them from everybody else. And now nobody can get along. So for you call all black Americans are your people, it's kind of silly. Americans are your people because Americans, whether you're white, black, Hispanic, Asian, we all have that American mindset because we grew up on that American spirit, that that freedom spirit. We're more alike. Black man, you're more like a white Christian man that lives in Oklahoma than you are from a black dude that live in Jamaica. You are more alike as a black man in America. You're more similar to an Amish man in America than you are a black dude in Cuba. That's just the honest truth. In Africa. Why? Because you have the American spirit. You are far from Christ-like. Who owns the copyright on the Bible? There's a copyright on the Bible? You a prophet, bro. No, I'm not a prophet. I'm not a prophet. Jesus was the last prophet. I will never claim to be that, or do not call me that. Sorry. Just because somebody shares the similar pigmentation as you means nothing. 100% SR. He's happy and he doesn't hate himself. Now that, oh, I love myself. I love myself and I love my country. I love exactly who I am. Don't take it off. Oh, no, you know, I got you. I'm trolling. I ain't taking my hat off. Let me scroll down. Sorry, guys. Young man, slap yourself. I got you. People under the stairs. The white Christian dude might be in the KKK. Captain Fumduck. Black folks calling this man racial slurs have some deep hate. Man, it's really like that out here, man. Trek Fresh. I'm not sure if he believes his own talk. I see intelligence in his eyes. I appreciate that, brother. Robert Goulet, what's your goal here? I feel like you have a great mind and great character to lead. Get involved with your local community and stop wasting time with these toxic people. Yeah, man, like I got a lot of learning to do, you know? I love to help my community out politically. I feel like Cleveland, Ohio needs a lot of help. And I think I could be of some assistance. I just don't know how to get started. That's just something I just don't know how to do. And life has caught up with me to the point where, you know, I have goals and different things in mind at the time, but I'm 31. Maybe that's something for me in the future. Do you believe Tuskegee Airmen story should have been removed from the AF Academy's curriculum? No. Nice to see a man who can think for himself and not let peer pressure decide what he believes. Yeah, man, I appreciate that, average house husband. I faced a lot of peer pressure my entire life, but I never bucked to it though most of the time, because although everybody around me smoked marijuana, like, and everybody around me drunk alcohol, mind you, I'm in a house with it. I live amongst these people. The community is full of it. I never bucked. I never broke it. I never fell for it. People was getting tattoos. That was a culture I grew up around. I lived amongst, and I never fell in it. I never got a tattoo. I never smoked, never drank. I did smoke when I was 26. My 26th birthday, I did smoke for the first time. But I gave that up. And yeah, I definitely grew up in it, but I never fell to peer pressure. I ain't gonna fake. I always thought black people was kind of like mentally different. The black people I grew up around. Like, I just thought they were weird, and I thought they were kind of stupid, to be honest with you. I don't own the Bible, but I, along with others, know what Christ-like means. It's not open for interpretation. You can't help. You will lead the black community to extinction. By preaching that the nuclear family is what solves all of our problems. By preaching that God should be the center of everything that you do. By preaching that you should love yourself and love your neighbor. I think that'll get the black community a long way. wrapped in a flag and carrying a Bible. 100%. Hey, I'm low-key happy you got these white people subscribing to pay your bills. Damn, this is what you doing? I'm not getting a cent from this. I just made this channel. I'm not getting nothing. I'm not getting anything. 31 is a freaking kid. 100%, man. I'm young, man. I like that. I like that. I'm just getting started, man. I just started YouTube. Like, I like this stuff. This stuff is fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm popular in my city though a little bit. You know, I started a media company, and you know what I'm saying? A lot of black youth, you know what I'm saying, they follow me throughout the city, or not even throughout the city, throughout Northeast Ohio. I'm a pretty popular person. In this space, no, not at all. But I'm finally like, you know, let me speak on something I care about, and I really care. So that's why I'm on here. You can't help you. Oh, okay, I read that already. What's the difference between 30 and 28? Not much. I'm not trying to control anyone. I'm simply saying let the negativity go. It will eat you up inside. There's some truth to that. 100%. God told me about that. He was like, man, stop watching politics. Don't listen to politics. It's gonna make you upset. Like, don't do that. It's gonna get at your heart, and it eats, like you said, Cheryl. It eats you up inside. I appreciate that. Would you recommend that I ignore the negative comments? Engaging into it. But look, I call this the House of War. Like, as what I've done throughout this channel, and I'm open for suggestions, 100%. What I've done throughout this channel was go to war for the truth, and talk to people and discuss how unchristlike the American communities have become. And I just want to see us return to that. But it is hard to just say it and for people to understand it, though. So I can see where you're coming from. I see something about Hebrew Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites. I lost it. Toledo needs help. Oh, there it is. I bet you don't even know that you're the original Israel Hebrew people. I don't subscribe to Israelite ideologies, but I get what you're saying. I don't disagree with that. BS, love a man who thinks for himself. I bet you think that them in Israel who are European convert belong there. No, I don't. Those people migrated from Eastern Europe. Those people are 80% European. They are not the original Jews. I'm very aware of that, Shante. I bet you don't even know that you're one of the lost tribes. I'm pretty hip to that. You work with the president? Nah, I don't. The US dollar will soon be obsolete. You're on to something. Bro, you're just trying too hard. I'm actually not trying at all. How you gonna talk about Malcolm X when you haven't done any homework about the greatest leader of our time? He's unlike Michael King, aka the Dreamer. Oh man, you've done your homework because you're the first person I heard call him Michael King. I'm hip to Malcolm X. I know his entire story, from front to back. I've been studying X since I was a teenager. I read the autobiography by Alex Haley. I know who Malcolm X is. Now, although I look like a Uncle Tom Jigaboo coon right now, I wasn't always like this. I was this Pan-African revolutionary. Me, yes. I was on the trenches, marching and everything. So I'm hip to Malcolm X. I grew up on Dr. Umar and Tariq Nasheed's. I grew up listening to my father, who was teaching me that the black man is God and the black woman is God. I grew up with that. I graduated from that low level mind thinking. How do you feel about Trump taking all of the accomplishments away from your black ancestors? No, what? What kind of headline is that? He did that? That's tough. That's gangster. When you can take the accomplishments away. How did he do it? What did he go steal their trophies? All right. All those things are good and respectable things. So how did you fall for this? That's why I'm confused. All what things? Let me get Brad here. How do you feel about not wanting to remove racist Confederate statues from black communities? So again, how do we get on this topic of black people? And I thought this was talk about God. Okay, let me scroll all the way down. Sorry guys. Some children in here, they know nothing about how the world works. I swear, bro. I read something cool the other day in Revelation 3. It was about the Palestinians. I subscribe to cults. When this hit the fan, they not coming for you. Stick with your own. All right, scrolling down. Fellow Hebrew Israelites. Self-hatred is real. Need more men like you speaking hardcore facts. Black people used to being told how to vote, not doing their own research. Mad because somebody ain't following the crowd. 100%. Okay, I can't watch this anymore. You have to pay attention to exactly what you're supporting when you wear that uniform. Best of luck. I'm not wearing a uniform. I'm wearing a suit. I'm wearing an American pin because I love my country. I'm a patriot. I'm wearing a MAGA hat because I want to make America great again. This is not about anything else but that. What color do you think God is? Oh, God is ain't he Southwest Asian? God doesn't have a color. What made you want to support Trump? What made me want to support Trump? It started like, when the vaccines start coming around with COVID, that's when I started looking at Trump different. I used to hate Trump like the average black person. I used to be like, man, this dude is a racist. He with the KKK. I actually got a video online and on Facebook when I was like 21 years old. I did a whole video on how Trump is a KKK member and all of that. But what made me support Trump was when 2020 came around and they were telling us to get vaccinated, and Trump was like, "What? Hold on, now slow down. Whoa. What's going on here? Get vaccinated. Oh, slow down. I don't know about all that. We don't have to do that now." And that's when I started looking at him like, what? Because the TV was saying something else. And then the TV was trying to make him look bad about saying it. And that's when I opened my eyes to him and start investigating who he actually was. Then I realized he was standing on some of the principles that I already follow. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe this guy's on to something. And then I look at him even more, and his policies and his stances was just more aligned to the lifestyle that I was seeking, which was a biblical lifestyle. And now, although his policies is 10% biblical, I ain't saying it's 100%. Oh, it's Trump or Christian. I ain't saying that. What I'm saying is, the Democrats, man, they policies is pro-Satan. So that's what got me on the conservative side. And I recently became a Christian, like not too long ago. Gangster, he's a fake. What's wrong with you? What's your position on RFK Jr. in the real Anthony Fauci book? Man, I'm skeptical of RFK, but I do appreciate that what he's doing with the food. I see the truth is hurting some people. It's going to all the time. Raccoon. Master #1 boy. This man questions today's society. That's why he is here as he is. 100%. Hey, Jeff, real rap. You try to come in as sheep in wolf clothing. How does the world work? Follow God, and everything will be all right. And in the Uncle Tom chat room, what made you want to support Trump? Did I slide up? Wow. Sorry, guys. You're so smart, bro. You're so smart. Appreciate you, mountain bike addict. Shantae so fly, I can't read good. Sorry. Did you blow that KKK thing off? Nah, I don't support the KKK. Black Lives Matter. Sound like you did your research. I do some. Malcolm X already predicted this kind of rhetoric. This is so sad. Jeff Epic. Jesus was born in the Middle East between Africa, Asia, and Europe, so he really doesn't have a race. Isn't that crazy that he was born in the center of the world pretty much? It's kind of cool. Trump took the jab. Trump did take the jab. He absolutely did. But his original stance is what had me looking at him like, maybe, because he was speaking like us. You know what I'm saying? I used to be a Pan-African revolutionary for real. I really was a freedom fighter. I really was boycotting the NFL because of Colin Kaepernick. I really was doing that. So to hear him speak how we was speaking. Like, man, anybody about to take no vaccine? What after all this stuff they doing to us? And he was kind of on our side. I'm like, let me look into dude. What the hell are you doing with the Trump support? I support my country. Donald Trump just happens to be the president. I did vote for him. Why haven't you joined the army to fight for our country? Because I hated this country when I was age eligible. Do you think someday we could meet and make Hamburger Helper together? Man, let's do it, brother. I love Hamburger Helper. Don't let these whites separate you from the Most High. He tells you don't trust your enemies. What? Don't let these whites separate you. What whites? I don't listen to man. I don't bow to man. I don't worship man. I don't follow man. I follow the Lord and my Savior, Jesus Christ. Why y'all say Most High, Most High? Y'all need to, Israelites, y'all need to say Jesus out of y'all mouth a little bit more often. What was Hakeem Jeffries doing at P. Diddy's free call party? Welcome to America. Vote for whoever you want to. Right there with you, Richard. Have you ever heard of K. Rhino? No. You haven't read the Bible. This Tom is cap. Now I know this boy Rage in South Asia. Really? I was trolling. You make a good field slave. No, not me. I'm supposed to be inside. Don't disrespect me now. Eyes loves master. You so bad. Walk down the street with a white girl under your arms, Mr. Badass. What's gonna happen? Malcolm X told us about the Dems. Yes, he did. He told us the white liberals was one of some of black Americans' biggest enemies. Butter biscuits time. Please, cook them up. He just wanted a stimulus check. Oh, hey, Heaven's Beauty. I definitely remember when I got the stimulus check, I was saving up to buy my first home. And my wife and I, we were saving up to buy our first home. And the stimulus checks came. And we needed a few more $1,000. The stimulus checks came, got my first home. That was a good time. I follow my Lord and Savior Kanye West. Woo! It's Jesus, brother, not Kanye. Don't let Whitey hold you down. Yeshua is Jesus' real name. You got a lot to learn to do in the Bible. Oh my God! Really? Stop it. Yeshua is what they called Jesus when he was on earth. That's how they pronounced his name. Jesus is a Greek translation. I'm pretty aware of that, but it's not about what you say his name was. It's about what you mean from your heart. And with Jesus, if you're talking about the man that came and died for our sins, it's totally fine to call him Jesus the Christ. Hey, boy. Dang, you hit me with the boy. That's worse than calling me the N-word. Black MAGA equals down low, brother. Oh, no, the total opposite. The total opposite. We're the men's men. You hear me? The Democrats were the party of... Oh, it's not. They tweaking. The Democrats was the party of the slavery and Jim Crow. That's 100% true. Let's see. And now the modern day plantation, but they're going to say you're the field slave. You hear me? Like, what are you talking about? The Republican Party was the ones that fought to end slavery. How can I be the Uncle Tom with the Republican mindset? It's ignorance is what it is. 100%. Oh, so you're a baby Christina? Makes sense. You really don't know anything. What's a baby Christina? Google Jesus' real name. Bruh, I know Jesus' name was Yeshua. Let me scoot up. This almost makes me want to cry real tears. Bruh, cheer up, man. God is real. Jesus has risen. It's fine, brother. Why, look, I wish I could show y'all this. I wish I could show y'all what I used to look like, what I used to do. Like, I'm like the ultimate proof that God is real, bruh. I care so less about what people think because I have the Lord, and I'm really sitting here shucking and jiving in real time. Bro, what? I don't care, bro. That should give you everything right there, bro. I'm really sitting here. I'm really sitting here doing this, man. I'm trolling, but it's like, man, you have to have some strength to do something like that. Cause I ain't never seen nobody do nothing like this before. This is kind of hilarious. Yeshua is Aramaic. Yeshua is his Hebrew name. Jesus is what most English speakers say, but Joshua is the accurate English translation. Jesus is fine though. There are more important issues. Thank you, America. Nazarite. Sorry if I said that right. Said that wrong. YouTube K Rhino, Lord save us, and please give him a try. YouTube K Rhino. Would he look like me or something? K Rhino, the real K Rhino. He a rapper? Man, I thought about to look at something. What is he talking about? Only in the hood? I look at it, brother. I got you. Martin Joe Hooker in the Gospel of John, chapter 3, verse 5, Jesus said, unless a man be born again of the water and the spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God. Read and obey. Acts chapter 2, verse 38. Right there, brother. I'm right there with you. And I'm going to read that verse tonight. I never read Acts chapter 2, verse 38. But I definitely read the Gospel of John. But I'll go look into chapter 3 tonight. Thanks for the inspiration of that, brother. I think we should be able to sell our citizenship for $5 million. You keep falling off. You keep falling for the crab mentality. Let it go. I keep falling for me. I keep falling for the crab mentality. Man, I'm really just in here playing, man. I'm really in here trolling but I'm not. You're right, man. I'm gonna straighten up. Just give me some grace. I'm gonna straighten up. I got you. That's all right. Amen. They don't understand that though. They're so used to being extremely reactive to everything. I swear, bruh. Like this is why I can't recall something about me being like racist or something, or somebody doing something racist to me. I just can't do that, man. I just can't fall for that stuff. He write books too. What do you think about Ibrahim Traore? I'm hip to him. My sister got me hip to that guy. He connect with Russia. I think Russia is kind of abusing. I mean, not abusing. I think Russia is using him, but I do respect him because he's fighting for what's right. But I am concerned for his safety because America and its military or its leaders and its foreign policy is kind of sick. And I think they had probably eventually, if it get too reckless, I think they might get into that and do something. Are you like to do that? You just say nobody go live. I'm into Revelations deep right now. Oh man, Shantae, like I read or I just learned about pre-wrath and pre-trib, and that pre-wrath. I just learned about pre-wrath in the book of Revelations and in Matthew, how the Christians will be saved during the rapture. But most churches teach that pre-tribulation, that the Christians will be saved prior to the rapture. But that's actually not true. In the book of Revelations, it teach you that the Christians will be saved during the rapture, but before the wrath of God. Do you have an image of white Jesus hanging in your crib? What about woolly hair and bronze feet? Let me show you my Instagram. Oh, y'all gonna hate me after this. Where I'm at. Oh, I pissed everybody off with this one. Let me show you my Instagram. This is my Instagram right here. This hilarious, man. Y'all about to crack up. Y'all gonna hate me. Oh, y'all really gonna hate me after this. Can I flip the camera? This is me and my family and AI. That's me. That's my baby boy K. That's my wife, and those my two daughters right there. So when you talk about do I have a white Jesus hanging up on my wall? No, I do not. And I don't think Jesus looked like this. It was just AI. I thought it was funny, so I posted it. But here's my family here. This is me. That's my wife. That's my son. This is my sister. This is my niece. These are my two beautiful daughters. And that's my father right there. If you look real close, you can see he got the African beads on. You see what I'm saying? I didn't grow up in this, You feel me? That's me and my son. That's my son. That's my daughter. That's my wife and my baby boy right there. Uh, for anyone who's interested in seeing what my family dynamic looks like, that's me and my son in church. Yes, a black church with black people. And that's my pastor right there. He is a alleged homosexual. He definitely just recently divorced his wife, and he's allegedly sleeping with the choir director. Isn't that something strange and interesting? This is my daughters. They were telling speeches. They were my oldest daughter. She did John 3:16, and my youngest baby, she did Luke chapter 9 verse 10. But this is my family right here. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, that's me though. That's Let me get a little info or just some little images on who I am before y'all think I'm just uh this I don't know black people hater. I do not hate black people. He looks like you. Yeah, that's my twin. That's what Revelation chapter 12 and chapter 14 say the people of God are those who have the testimony of Yeshua and obey Torah, aka the commandments of God. Yeshua and Torah, it's a package, not one or the other. I like that. Anyone in the chat want to give a listen again to the K Rhino song? Lord save us, please show love. Cute family. Thanks, Eric. Don't show people your children. Why? The Bible is not the word of God, yo. Whoo. I know I was talking a lot of crap, but Job chapter 16 verses 3, will your long-winded speeches ever end? What ails you that you keep on arguing? Does it actually say that? Okay, I'm gonna stop arguing then. I got you. Rockin' the MAGA hat. Why not ask them to fund you a real backdrop? No, this is a V flat. This is a real backdrop. Are you crazy? This is an actual real backdrop. I use this for positive positive lighting, and the backside is black. I use this at all my photography shoots. Are you crazy? This is an actual real backdrop. This was $200. Don't tell me this isn't real. Yes, you are blessed with a good-looking family. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Don't show anyone your babies if you can help it on these lives. No, they already on the internet. This is my Instagram. I don't care about people seeing my family. What's wrong with people seeing my family? Do you know who King James is? He was a homosexual. King James, was he homosexual? I doubt that, because he made the King James. He made the versions of the Bible and made people translate it into English, and let the English people that spoke English that didn't understand Aramaic read it. Like, that's kind of cool. If he was a homosexual, that's kind of weird, because the Bible says the homosexual should be put to death. He's sleeping with the choir director? Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. Yeah, my pastor, man. It was, man. Like I said, I don't judge nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no evidence, but yeah, man, my pastor, he definitely, like, you can tell he's tangy. He's a neck roller. Yeah, and his doctrine is horrible. Like, he's not the best preacher. But you know what I'm saying? God gonna take his time with him. Like, but yeah, you can definitely tell he's probably, but it isn't for me to look down upon him. Like, everybody goes through something. I'm not perfect. Nobody is, but yeah, to be the pastor of a church like that, man, it's kind of crazy. What about the people that have successful lives and have great families who don't go to church or read the Bible? There is great people there. I would say I ain't gonna say I lived a great life without the Bible, but going to church doesn't make your life better. But it's a good place to go, because you get to congregate with, you get to be amongst people that have the same values of you. And you get to hear some good words. How you translate it is up to you, but no, it's pretty good. Is this your full-time gig, or do you have a regular 9 to 5? Is what my full-time gig? YouTube? Oh no, I just made this channel. K Rhino taught me that your body is a true house of God, and only one can dwell heaven or hell. Okay, he was talking. Damn, you exposed that, man. Oh man, I ain't say his name. I did put his picture. I did put his picture on. I didn't say my church name. But yeah, it's a. I just wanted to. I'm just telling you part of my testimony. But yeah, man, people go through that stuff. The black church is kind of sick right now. I don't know what timeline this is that you are threading, but I guess I'm here for it. I can't stand Trump or Nazi MAGA. Don't learn to love everyone and everybody. As much as I'm against homosexuality, and I think it's wrong, and I think it's evil, and I know that it stops people from reproducing, I'm still gonna love my brother. I'm gonna love my sister. I'm gonna love anyway, and I'm just gonna pray that they get through that sin. Like, yeah, when I found out the Trump's relationship with Israel, it hurt. It broke my heart. You know what I'm saying, to a degree, because you know what I'm saying. That's they kind of mock Christ. They mock Christ. They mock my Lord and Savior. So that hurts. You know what I'm saying? Not really, but it's like, that dude, what? That's weird. But I'm not gonna. Oh man, he might just don't know better, or he might be bought, paid for. It might be somebody's puppet. But I'm not gonna reject him. I'm gonna hope he does the right thing, and I'm gonna support him every step of the way, because I live here. You know what I'm saying? I live in this country. I don't want. You feel me? I'm gonna support who's in charge. That you would be a subject. That you would subject your children to a church that is led by a man who is actively walking against God. Now, it's not that. And I'm not looking at it like that. And if I'm looking at him, because this church it's like pro LGBT also. Like, they got Kamala Harris on the walls. Like, it's like a, oh man, it's a pro LGBT church. It's a pro abortion church. But as long as my children are not being instilled with false doctrines and things that are influencing them to go a certain way, I'm fine. I'm fine with being there. My only thing is, although his doctrine is off, I just want my children to, because Christians rarely exist, and the church, like, I'm trying my best to stick up for this man, but I really can't. You're absolutely right. I shouldn't subject my children to a church like that. But they're just allegations. Now, I think they're true, but as long as he ain't up there saying, "Toot that thing, brother," it's all good. Trump is the best ever, and evil will fight to stay in their hell. Ooh, you right on that one. I don't know about Trump the best ever, but I see what you're saying. No, King James just didn't like women, and he was gay. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know King James was. I heard King James had sex with his mother. Ice Cube said that. It says in Leviticus, condemns to lay. Yeah, Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man shall lay with a man, he shall surely be put to death. You don't have to prove nothing to nobody. Keep speaking the truth. No weapon against me shall prosper. Isaiah 54, verse 17. You will make someone realize the truth, even if it's one person. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, SR. I don't believe in that crap. Wow. Levitical laws are the Levites, not the world law. You probably DL. Nah, far from it. Did you see the movie The Apprentice about Trump? Bible says not to associate with someone that claims to be a Christian that is fornicating or a drunkard, etc. Pitman Adams, show me the verse, man. I don't go against scripture, but you talking to a person that's a new Christian. I'm not indoctrinated with the Christian cultures. I'm a person that used to believe that black people are the non-ether, and that black people are the people we have God's DNA, and white people are Neanderthals, and they're like monkeys. I used to think white people were monkeys and black people were the gods, and we were the children of the Anunnaki. Yeah, that was me for 100%. I used to think like we were special human beings because we had melanin, and that we were superior beings. 100%. That was my mindset. So no, I'm hip to a lot of things, but I'm not too well versed on the Bible, but I'm a firm believer that the Bible 100% is God's words, and I trust it 100%. So if you can show me that verse, send it to me. I appreciate it. I can love without letting them lay hands on me, sitting under their teaching. I can love without letting them lay hands on me. Oh, no, nobody touching me. My son uh was baptized or christened at a Lutheran church. But yeah, not that church. I wasn't gonna let that slide. Which is, I don't know how I feel about that, but it's kind of weird. Bible says not to associate with those who claim to be Christians that are continually searching for fornicating drugs. Read 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 9 and Romans chapter 1 verse 26 through 27 and 1 Timothy chapter 1 9 through 10 and Jude. I'm gonna screenshot this. I got you. Paul mentions these verses to condemn homosexuality. He's quoting Leviticus. I got you, brother. Let me turn this off. All right. Let me scroll down. I'm probably all the way down. I'm mixed, so I don't consider myself Black Israelite necessarily. I just know I'm from the tribes. So I'm gonna tell you this, Shantae, you're a Jew when you put your faith in Jesus Christ. That's what makes you a Jew. That's what makes you a child of God, when you can put your faith in him. So regardless if you're a Jew or a Gentile, we all have access to the kingdom. We just have to put our faith in the Lord, who is Jesus Christ. So I mean, you can, if you're of a tribe by bloodline, like kudos, right? And I might be also, but the bloodlines don't trump, you know what I'm saying, the spirit, right? And I don't think your bloodline gets you access to the kingdom. So I think your faith does. I think your faith gets you your salvation. So I would say, I'm gonna say ignore. I wouldn't say ignore that, but I would say there's bigger fish to fry, so to speak. We are all gods in a certain thought, not the Most High God. We are lowercase g. Psalm 1, Epiphany Tanya, Psalm 1, Romans 1, verse 20 through 34. God bless you. I'm glad you ain't a racist anymore. Appreciate you, Johnny Ver. I'm glad I'm not a racist anymore. It's like it's blind hate and using your eyes to tell you something. When I was studying the pineal gland and the pituitary gland, because I studied the chakras, man, I was heavy into universal law, heavy into non-etherism, so to speak. If you look on TikTok, my TikTok is 9ether, NINEETHER. I haven't touched it in years. I still have access, but I'll just leave that channel there. But if I can possibly show y'all, this is who I was right here. I'm gonna show you a little bit of who I used to be. This is me right here. Grounding and a fruitarian diet will give you superpowers. This is me right here when I was tapped into my non-ether spirit. You hear me? I stopped cutting my hair for a long time. I was a very pro-Black person. I was a fruitarian for 4 years. Here's a Malcolm X quote that I posted. It says, if you take a knife out my back, that's not progress. That's me protesting, so to speak, saying that white people still haven't took the knife out my back. And Malcolm X says it himself, if you pull it out, the progress is healing the wound with the blow made, but they won't even admit that the knife is there. I was complaining that the knife wasn't there, but this is me right here, which is something I still co-sign. This is me saying that water is one of the biggest lies in history. And if you look in what's behind me, there's Egypt mythology in the back, because I used to be heavy into the pharaohs and their teaching, and I used to follow the 42 laws of Ma'at. And this is who I was not too long ago. This is not long ago at all. This is who I used to be. I still was a family man, so I was protected, but yeah, this is me though. This is who I used to be. I used to be a self. Well, I was pretending that I was loving myself, but I was ignoring a part of myself also. So the reason why I have this ideology and this mindset that I have is because I learned to love every bit of part of me. But that's the man that only accepted a part of himself. You see, I only acknowledge my black ancestry. I only acknowledge my African ancestry, and I totally denounced everything American about myself. And it wasn't until I found the Lord while chasing that, because I was on a spiritual journey at that point. And I actually was on my spiritual journey and found Christ. That's what happened to me. Then I turned into a person that loves myself all the way. It's kind of cool. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm out. Stay true to yourself, man. Appreciate you, average house husband. Thanks, James Hoffman. Believers in the chat, please give me the scripture. Come out from among them and ye be separate. Okay, I'll leave to tell more people to listen to K Rhino. We are not gods. That's speaking about angels. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I got a few minutes left, guys. I'll read a couple more and I'm gonna hop off of here. You know you about to frame that picture. What picture? You seem like a cool dude. I just subscribed. Appreciate you, American Nazarite. Growth looks good on you. As long as you learn and grow, Christ does the rest. Man, I'm just hope he keeps his hand on me, because although I was I had a lot of self-hate, I still was I was a cool guy. I wasn't like looking for white people and attacking them. I just was like, I was acknowledging that I thought they were the devil, because, you know what I'm saying, I was a Malcolm supporter. And here I am, a changed man, a man that's grown to a point where I know that Malcolm was a bit wrong. And a bit wrong. He was a lot of wrong, because he preached something that went against our traditional nature, and it went against our hearts. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yo, what's up tonight, homie? What's up, Zia? Really? What are you doing with that hat? Man, I'm a country man. I love my country, and I want to see my country look like the way it used to when my grandparents was kids. You are not a stupid person by any means. Thank you, Shantae. So don't wear stupid people's apparel, allowing them to brand themselves on your forehead. Just don't look at just look at the message and not the messenger. I know Trump coined the phrase, but I wear it because I mean it. I mean that I want America to be great again. I have children. My children have to grow up around it and grow up in this country. And I don't want my children to grow up in a country full of people that reject Christ. I want us to return to Christ. And you know we'll be with him if we can see stuff like this hat, which I used to think it was a hate symbol too. But I want us to see this stuff and not look at the negativity about it. Look at it and realize and understand the positive about it. It's positivity in this hat, because I'm acknowledging how great we were, because we were great. Although they say we were oppressed and we were monkeys, we were great. It's just a hat. Let it go. Yes, it's just a hat. You really running for office now, little ninja. Dang. We'll keep doing good, man. I enjoyed the chat the other night. Amen. Appreciate you, Zia. That's what happens when you seek truth. Jesus will reveal himself. Yes, it is Epiphany. I was looking for the truth. I was fighting for the truth. I seen that my house wasn't a home. And then I just wanted to fight. I just wanted to, I wanted to figure it out, because I realized I was living in hell, and I wanted peace, and I found peace, and I'm super blessed. I'm excited. And I'm glad to be saved, because I lived with a lot of anxiety. I used to have a heavy heart. I used to hate a lot of things, and I used to be bothered by a lot of things and a lot of people. But yeah, man, until I found my heart in the right place is when that's when I started embracing everything I was. It's funny to hear that I still haven't heard anybody say this yet. I embrace my European ancestry too. People don't talk like that. That's not a thing. I can't let that slide. Don't disrespect Malcolm X like that. I'm not disrespecting Malcolm X. I'm just saying his legacy put us in a point. It made me this guy. I just showed a video of who I was prior to who I am now, and I was a hateful person. Uh, Although I was on a spiritual journey, there was still a lot of hate within me. Where did you get the name Warhouse Pod? Well, the channel was called House of War. Warhouse was a like so when we do episodes, it's been like a week since we did one. Uh, we'll do episodes where we'll pick a topic and we'll discuss it amongst my family members and friends, and we'll just call it the Warhouse. Good looking blue suit and red tie and red cap. Appreciate it, Martin Joe. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. Thank you so much, KG. That's a real rap. If his whole thing is about representation and how people represent themselves, then the apparel is not matching his words. Yeah, it's don't look at the apparel, Shantae. I'm not trying to, I don't want to seek past the apparel because the apparel doesn't matter. It's the character of the person that matters. The same thing as when you see when you have the mindset of a person that think white people are the devil. You shouldn't look at white people and just assume that they're evil because they're white. You shouldn't look at me and assume that that I'm Uncle Tom or a coon because I have a MAGA hat on. I'm the furthest thing from it. I care about black people more than anybody I know personally because I'm the only person that I know that really just tell it what it is. I say it what it is. I call it what I see. I call it out. I've always done that though. Even when I was looking like this, I was still doing it. Now I wouldn't do it as much as I call out how the white man is the devil and they are the reason that we're in this positions and stuff. Like that's I don't. That was bad for me and my heart and my family. I didn't want my daughters to be like that. You want to make America great right again, but it doesn't include you. You crazy because it does. It absolutely includes me. Let's go. I'm coming from here. Reagan actually used the term "make America great." Trump just added the word again like that. Why embrace Europeans who raped your ancestors, bro? That's hatred, bruh. Africans did the same thing. If you go back far enough, I know your history. You probably stopping back in 1600s, but if you go to the 1500s, the 1400s, the 1300s, look up a man named Mansa Musa. These Africans enslaved Africans. Africans are the ones that taught European slavery. They're called the Moors. So you're going to start ignoring that side now. Ignoring what side? Why not make them all together? I wish I understood what you were saying. Instead of being out here looking like you are MAGA. But I am MAGA. I'm 100% MAGA. I want America to be great again. Jesus will be considered a simp today because he taught and kept the law. Remember, a house divided cannot stand. Get Old and New Testament understanding. I like that, Troy. Joshua Northern, Jesus will fight his whole government and everything America stands for in today's time. No disrespect intended, but America is in peril. Oh, hey, no, you own to something there. I think America is in a bad spot spiritually. When I met my higher self and learned to respect all of me, that's when I started to love myself. Me too. Let MAGA be a good name. Let it go. Follow Christ and be a good person. I assure you, life will be so good. I appreciate that, Cheryl, 100%. What does your hat say? It's backwards. It says, "Make America great again." Yes, Jesus would he would take all the tables. Yes, he will, and find peace through God on the left and the right. I'm white. You are right. It is your character, but can you please tell me what your hat says? Make America great again. Man, look at the outer. God looks at the heart. 100%. Yes, he does. What's your normal 9-to-5 gig? I don't have a 9-to-5 gig. Loving the hat, brother. Appreciate you, Rebel God. I still don't fuck with Trump, though. Yeah, most people don't. Like, especially, you can see the conservatives and the right. It's kind of, we kind of feel like we've been duped. I'll be honest with you. MAGA isn't too happy with Trump's administration right now. Just being honest with you. From a MAGA person myself, I'm MAGA all day. Trump is not MAGA's biggest fan right now. All of Trump bullet points to me screams Antichrist. No, it actually doesn't. Like, no, not really. It doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, look, when you look at the campaign and look at what people was fighting for, it wasn't. Ask God for forgiveness. We are all sinners and continue to sin, but we need to stay on the right path. Yes, we do. Don't engage with the chat. You just blow your viewers off. Oh, sorry about. Look, I'm new to YouTube. I'm new to YouTube. My bad. Am I not supposed to like make comments? Am I not supposed to interact? All right, well, I'll stay on topic then. I'm gonna read a few more comments. I like interacting with people. People are mad, Mr. White, because he speaks the truth. Oh, Charleston White, that's what's up. All right, I'll read a few more comments. I'm about to get off here anyway, man. I'm tired. The person that brand that belongs, the person that brands that hat belongs to act like the Antichrist, though. Yeah, in your opinion. I'm 31 years old. We're supposed to come out of here meaning that we are not supposed to be loving any government. No, love your government. We are the government. The people makes up the government. If we don't love ourselves, we're not going to do the best thing for ourselves. Props to you for being a rugged individual and not being sucked into groupthink collectivism. Hey, man, I give all glory to God. All glory to God. You can run your channel how you want. Appreciate you, Epiphany. Yeah, you're doing just fine. Oh, am I cool? I'm like, dang, I ain't know that. Nobody said nothing. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna keep interacting with my people then. That's what's up. Do you have a BBW white bunny? No, I don't. BBW white bunny. No way, no siree. I have a black woman. My woman she's mixed like me though. She's like a quarter white. No, he has a beautiful black wife. Thank you, Shantae. Wake up, brother. MAGA ain't it. Man. Whatever you think MAGA represents, I mean, that's up to y'all. MAGA to me means to make America great again. The doctrine of discovery, please, people, watch it. It will become better people for it. The doctrine of discovery. I looked that up. Doctrine of discovery. The doctrine of discovery was a legal and religious doctrine originating from the 15th century papal bulls that justified the colonization of seizure of lands occupied by the indigenous people. It posited that the Christian rulers had the authority to claim lands inhabited by non-Christians. Ouch. I'm a Christian conservative, MAGA Republican as well. That's what's up. We on the same page. Those are my people right there. Christian conservative, MAGA Republicans. Like, we all on the same accord. We all pretty much have the same beliefs. Those are the people that, like, I'm like locked in with, just because we just have the same viewpoints on a lot of things in life, even though we have disagreements on so many different things because we come from so many different cultures. But like our ultimate values are pretty much the same. Glory to God. No wonder you support Trump. Wrong God, dude. Oh. Holy over MAGA. Be ye holy, for I am holy. I like that. If aliens really existed, how would that affect religions and beliefs since the Bible never spoke of it? It's a good question. There is no way that all of these people who are so cruel can consider themselves Christians. Jesus washed the feet of A.W. You people are not getting it. I don't want to see you left behind. Talk to me, Kelly. What you mean by that? There is a bunch of people that claim to be Christians, like I said, and they will speak against God's words, and they will not claim God's words, and they will, like my pastor, like he's one of them. There's a lot of anti-Christian doctrine going on at the church that I grew up in. He just happens to be the pastor right now. The only reason I'm not gonna that I don't want to leave the church is because I grew up in this church. You know what I'm saying? This is my family's church. My great-grandmother built this church, and it's still a very big church. It's falling apart right now, but it's still my family's church. He's just a pastor that we've recently hired. But the congregation can get rid of him. It's just we don't want to get rid of him because there's allegations, one, and two. I mean, he did divorce his wife. That's real, and that's kind of like crazy. But the point is this: there is Christians that you know what I'm saying, they do anti-Christian things. But we can't use them and say those are the Christians. This is what the Christians do. Like, no, like Look at the mature Christians. We get confused with the lukewarm. Okay, good night, Cheryl. I pray for everyone, believers and non-believers. Spread the love. I pray for everyone too. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Love you. How about Jewish follower of Yeshua and MAGA? Man, the Jewish people of Israel that follow Christ, man, I got they back, man. Coming in late. Glad to be here, though. What's up, Dustin? Take off your hat. See where it's made. Why? What's up with everybody in this whole "is your hype from China" thing? What? I don't get what difference do it make. My headphones are probably from China. I'm not an anti-China man, but my hat is made in America. I'll show you. Just to, you know what I'm saying. I ain't tripping, y'all. I ain't engaging for real. I just want to show it to them. That's it. I don't want you to think like, but I don't care. I would buy a MAGA hat from China. Is what I'm saying. I don't care about that. I think it is. I think it'd be better for my economy if I bought an American-made hat. But I'm not opposed to buying things from China. I don't even know where this tie is from. I don't know where this suit is from. I know this is from Men's Warehouse, but I don't know where this shirt is from. This shirt's probably made in Bangladesh. I don't know. Why are black folks so mad? You think for yourself. Black Americans black people across the world, and we're very tribalistic. Andrew Tate pointed me out on something. It's been it was kind of funny because I don't really listen to the dude, but he made a good point. Europeans, when they had to eat, they had to store food in places, and for those places, they had to build shelters for those places, and for those shelters, they had to hire workers for that food. Caucasians, for the most part, Europeans, for the most part, when they had to plan for food, they had to store things and work for a year. Like they had to they had to store things and think for a year ahead just to eat consistently. For the African man, it was nothing. Find an animal, kill him, eat him. Find a tree, grab a mango, pluck it off the tree, eat it. Like it was very simple for the African. So what does this do? I'm not saying, I'm gonna say it. You're a lot less active. Does that mean lazy? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna use the lazy word. But if all you had to do if you in Africa was find a tree and pluck from the tree, it's gonna kind of make you a person. You're gonna download a DNA of a person that don't work too hard for food. And you can see it in the behaviors of the different ethnic groups of the world. Africans are more laid back. Africans are more at peace. Black people, we more at peace with things. We got colored people time, which is real. And you know what I'm saying? We gotta be at work at 11. Man, I ain't gotta leave until 20 minutes prior. I'm gonna leave at 20 minutes prior. We like that. We just chill. We're not, you know what I'm saying? And although it gives us, you can call it negative things about us, but that's also a positive thing too. We're like, I'm not saying white people aren't at peace, but black people, we tend to be more at peace with things. We're more relaxed. Black women, and I don't know if this is true or not, black women, they have orgasms. I hear white women can't really get them. And because they're tense, I guess. I just label that to tensity. Black people, the men, they built different. I think it's because of our hormones. And I think our hormones is built that way because of our past history and what we went through. White people, different because of what they went through. I know the white man's nose is tighter because it's cold, and his lips is tighter because it's cold in the mountains, and that they had to, you know what I'm saying? The body was just forming into a body that kept the cold air from coming in. And Africans, you know what I'm saying? You got big noses in Africa because we're trying to get all of the oxygen in us because that's where we was getting the energy from when you're in Africa. Like, you are your habitat that you come from. And you also, your past history, and you download, your DNA is downloaded from past behaviors. So black people are more relaxed and more chill. We'll wait to the last minute type of people because we kind of have to wait. We kind of always just waited to the last minute to do something. But that's not like a knock. That's just the history. kind of funny though. Um, let's go. It's true. I was born and raised in the hood. I had to throw hands just because I'm a cracker. Dang, that's messed up. All right, man. Why do Americans keep blaming the past from when blacks in Cuba, Brazil, or Caribbean are almost every white, or every identity are proud of the country they live in and are from? Man. So slavery. Oh, okay. I guarantee you, these people don't go to church. It's true. When I was born and raised in the right is right, is wrong. Come from under the mega-ish. Be your own thinker. Where are you getting this info? What info? I am my own thinker. Do real Christians not eat pork as Jesus did not eat pork? If the Bible says you're not supposed to eat pork, I didn't know that. Bless up, brother. Malcolm. Appreciate you, Tribal Spear. Yeah, and rest in paradise, Malcolm X, man. This is fucking wild. She never complained about my lips. You know what they used to do in the people back in the day. If you didn't believe in their God, how about a million gods? Bro, I'm not from Africa. Brother, I respect you enough to subscribe. You seem legit and honest to your beliefs. We can build. Appreciate you, Joshua Norton. Man, I'm just trying to be as authentic as possible. Just, I seen something. I started this YouTube channel a couple weeks ago. I seen something that said, you've done enough consuming. It's time to produce. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll do something. I'll make me a YouTube channel. What the hell is this dude talking about? Well, it was when I was talking about the physical, the phenotypes of people. Man, look, I believe in your environment creates what you look like. You can look at the people in Greenland, for instance, and the people that live all the way in the northern parts of the world. I think it's Greenland or Iceland. The people, they're from Europe, but they look Asian. Like they look like this. And the reason they look like that is because the snow was so bright that they came with these eyes, and the sun being so bright for so long that they was squinting because it was so bright. And they the ones that invented sunglasses, I think. And it became so bright that their eyes was like started to do this because it was so bright, and now they look Asian. It's pretty cool. It's just that example of how beautiful the human body is. The body adapts to its environment. The darkest people in the world live across the equator. No matter where else you, no matter where you are in the world, if your people is from that area of the world, the equator, you tend to be a lot darker. And the further you go away from the equator, you get lighter. I'm not making this up. This is real. Do you like Joe Biden? Crooked Joe? Nah, Joe Biden cool. I think he's a politician. You can never speak on blacks without putting them down. It's sick, man. I'm not putting black people. Why I gotta be putting black people down? Because you insecure about us. I'm not insecure about what we do. You feel me? I like this guy. Flash in the pan, pay dirt. I like you too, brother. You're not supposed to eat pork and shellfish. That's in Leviticus in the Bibles. Man, I gotta tap into my book, man. I don't read the Bible enough. I need to read it though. I need to read it more often. I do read it every day, but I figure out something I want to tap into, and I read that. But I do need to. The church always leads me to what to read in the Bible. They ain't got to the part where we're supposed to eat. I love this guy. He has some great news. Appreciate you, G, bro. Love you too. They're nomadic, mixed heritage. Yeah, man. The Bible says don't eat pork. Check out Leviticus 11. The dietary laws are still relevant. Breaking Torah is definition of sin. Wow. Yeah, no more pork. God bless you from upstate New York, not downstate where the libs are from. God bless you, brother. Luis Perez. Religions are just like the MAGA cult. Nah. And MAGA is not a cult, man. Like, stop. It's not that. I know you on the outside looking in, look like that, and you might have some people that's crazy that support Trump and like they wear a MAGA hat and claim they're MAGA. But true MAGA people are just the patriots. We the country lovers. We're the people that love ourselves in our country. That's it. I speak on blacks and tell it how it is. Crick Rock said it best. There's blacks and there's blacks like me, and there are ninjas. I'm telling you 100%. There's a difference. There is definitely a difference. Somebody screenshot bro pulling his eyes back. All right, here you go. I got you for 4 seconds. There you go. The Bible is more valuable than you will ever be in your life. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, nah. The Bible not more valuable than God's child now. That's debatable. It is not what goes into the mouth that defines a person, but what comes out the mouth. This defiles a person. What's that, SR? Joe's the type of guy who ties his shoes with a pencil. I see what you're saying. We'll see people don't practice nothing that the Bible says, even though it's a fairy tale to me. It's not a fairy tale, Louise. I'm telling you, it's actually real. I used to reject it too. I thought it was fake. I really did. But you read enough of it, you understand that it's true. You guys kind of go through. You got to kind of go through life too. You go through life a little bit, and you understand that that Bible will tell you and teach you that everything you've gone through is relevant to the creation of the world, is relevant to everybody else. Everybody kind of goes through the same thing as far as trials and tribulations, ups and downs. What goes around comes around if you don't repent. It's like that. I have black fatigue. You have black fatigue? I heard that coin recently. Like, I've always had black fatigue though. I've always been kind of annoyed and tired of like the so-called blacks just becoming so anti-God. I have cruel people fatigue. Yeah, that thing. Not black people fatigue. Not black fatigue. I'll take that back, Shantae. Not black fatigue. Cruel people fatigue. It's just I grew up in the city, man. The city people are just different. Working class city people are just different. Everyone has a journey. Be respectful to all of them. Time and patience. Yes, sir. Donald Trump abolished the Department of Education and taking away Black history. That would teach you. The Department of Education was made in 1979, 1980. If you look at the kids today, the Department of Education, what it was trying to do, the purpose of it was to make it equal for kids across the nation. The only reason I push back on the idea of having a Department of Education is because education should be different throughout the country. It shouldn't be the same. The kids in Seattle, Washington should not be learning like the kids in Atlanta, Georgia. Why you say that? It's because the industries are different in Georgia versus Washington. Although you can, go state to state, if you're teaching your kids, like New York teaching is gonna be different than teaching in Florida because they have two different states, two different people, two different communities, two totally different communities, two sets of industries. It's like, yeah, it's not supposed to be the same. Because these children are in school to help you eventually in these businesses that's in your state. And if you don't have a great agricultural state, like the deep south, you wouldn't really learn agriculture that much in Maine. So the schools should be different. But the problem with the Department of Education is it did a one size fits all for everyone in the entire country, and it shouldn't be like that because each state is different. They got their own thing going on. It's a movement. Oh yeah, black fatigue. Yeah, I heard. It's ninja fatigue. I have ninja fatigue. I got ninja fatigue. Wow, nice neighborhoods. Yeah, you probably think they're at this flat. I don't know. When are you running for president? Man, I'm not qualified, man. I don't think me in this lifetime. Now my son has a chance. I feel like I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I'm too ghetto to run for president. Not saying people from the ghetto ain't qualified. I'm just what my boy Tim Wall say? What do you say? I'm a goofball. Yeah, I don't think not that seat. I don't think I'm the best supervisor either. Nope, I was in the Air Force. I know it's round. Oh yeah, I think the earth is round. Trump's doing pulling this chair for him and everything. I have liberal fatigue too. Me too. Hey brother, I think Black History should be together. I don't think it should be Black History Month. Yeah, me too. I'm not a fan of Black History Month. I was excited to hear that my children's school wasn't teaching that. Just like, please don't. I was like, is there a Black History Month? Do y'all do that here? Like, I was so concerned about that. Luckily, they didn't. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Black History Month. American History Month is what we should call it. Joe type of guy to go to goof out of all. But I don't like that people try to villainize wanting human rights for everyone. A knucklehead at times. Oh yeah, that's what he said. I'm a knucklehead. It's American history, 100%. Why regulate my history to a single month? Exactly, like, because Black American history is the descendants of slave history, and our history is very wide. But they, I don't know who made that up. I gotta see the origins of Black History Month and who put that together. It's probably the same kind of people that put Pride Month together. Yeah, don't let the kids know their history. Man, I don't think Tim Walls is okay. Yeah, Tim Walls, I'm a knucklehead. One of Trump's problems is that he faced a lot of rejection. I love your hat and the fit. Appreciate you, man. Let me give you Avery Martin, thank you. From the people that he wanted to be a part of so bad. From the people that he wanted to be a part of so bad. If you don't learn history, it will repeat itself 100%. That's why I study history more than anything. You don't know what make America great again really means. It means make America white again. I'm white. That's your definition of it. I see you're a Harris supporter. Yeah, I support Jamaicans. Yeah, I'm tired of drag queen story hour in school. Yo, I was watching the Detroit Pistons basketball game and they did like a whole LGBT night with his kids in there, man. It's bad, bro. It's bad. Like pushing sin. I'm telling you, America is the new Sodom and Gomorrah if we do not turn this around. Well, at least Walls knows what he is. Yeah, I'm glad he called it out. I honestly think the entire calendar year should have representation of Black history and pride. Why regulate both subjects into 1 month? No, pride is a deadly sin. Mint VR is a deadly sin. Pride should not be supported. I'm 38 years old, and I'd be surprised if we ever have another president that's not white. Well, Obama didn't do a good job for African presidents, or he's African and Caucasian, or African. I don't know where his mother's from. Someone just say Caucasian. He did a very terrible job. So it would be hard for the American citizens to trust somebody that isn't white. But you could say the same thing for a lot of presidents. A lot of presidents, we had a lot of good ones, but we also had a lot of terrible ones too, and they were white. So I don't know. Maybe. Why support Israel? That's a good question. I don't have one reason to support Israel at this moment. I support people. I support the human rights for people. But to support Israel would be the state of Israel. I support the people and the citizens that are there. But their leadership are war criminals to me. And I feel like they should be exiled from the state. They are leading them and their people into another Holocaust because they're forcing people to become anti-Semitic at this point. Like I didn't think anything of Israel, but I would say that they're forcing people to become like Jew haters by their actions. I'm Black, but I have European skin and a Jewish soul. Right on, brother. It's going to rain down fire if it continues. Yes, it was. The world will not work. The world doesn't work how you think, brother. It doesn't. It doesn't. She speaks about how her mom actually turned down their money, and that was the most offensive thing that she could do. Man, exactly. Pride is a devious sin. Yes, it is. Pride is the deadliest of sins. Yes, it is. Dude, you should never be proud of having pride. You shouldn't even care about the true free country. You shouldn't even care in even true free country. Nobody should be banned. Well, who's a true free country? The gospel of Jesus Christ. Jesus is king. Yes, he is. Nazarite, do you have a big nose and are you cheap? Ouch. Bro, I love what you're doing. Let's go, Trump 2025. Let's go. Yeah, I'm hoping Trump get his act together. But I got hope for him. Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before fall. Yeah, man, I wish they knew. You just said You just said you support human rights, but not to be gay. Yeah, 100%. I support human rights. Do you have the right to engage into homosexual activity? Do your thing. I'm just not. You're killing yourself. Like, this is why AIDS exists. AIDS is the symptoms, is the symptom of people doing the wrong thing. And if you look into the lifespans of people in that LGBT community, they don't live very long lives. They live very. Their lives are shorter. They're more depressed. They're more liable to suicide. It's a real thing. It's not a good culture and a good thing to do, because it's sin, and then you having pride into your sin. That just only leads to chaos and destruction. Also, if you believe in the Christian Bible, Israel needs to take all the land from the Muslims to fulfill the prophecy of Jesus returning when the land of Israel is all under his control again. Nice. You can't be in any country longer than you are allowed to stay in the outlaws. Nice. Why do you have a satanic pentagram flag pin if you believe in Christ? Oh, this is America. Let me count the stars. 50 stars. It's an American flag. Gay is not a right. Right. I was like, gay is a right? Okay. AIDS? Yeah, AIDS. All I know is I know plenty of gay people and trans people who have done great works. I didn't say they couldn't do great things. I'm just saying what they do is bad for them, and it creates troubles for them that they wouldn't have to go through if they just repented and turned away from that. Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Perez be getting that dude. Whoa. Also, they have more domestic and mental abusive relationships than any other by far. Man, it's sad. Do you speak on the bad eating habits as much as you talk about being gay? I used to actually, that's what the master used to do 100%, 24/7. I was a fruitarian. My wife was about 200 pounds. I was like 175. And we were on a strict raw diet, man. And we lost all our weight, man. We lost all of that waste, cleaned our lymphatic system. Man, ask me about health, man. I'm pretty well versed in biochemistry of health. But man, my wife, she got to 110. She lost 90 pounds. Like, we got our bodies right. So we can talk about health too. I'm supposed to be here to talk about Malcolm X, but I'm about to go to bed because my wife upstairs waiting on me, and I've seen her in the comments. Let's see. Looks like American flag to me, right? What are you talking about? I might be the only atheist Trump supporter. Hey man, Trump supporters come from everywhere. 21st century housekeeper. Nice. Well said. Repent and turn away. Yes, they do. They need to. Let's go. Yes, I am. Hurry up. All right, bet. Here I come. All right, man. Love y'all. Look at me simping. I'm really hot and I'm really sweating. I'm really not a simp for real. I really be telling my wife what to do. I really be mentally abusing her, and I really be, what you call that? Spiritually, no, I don't, not really. But yeah, I'm not a simp. So she did just say, come to bed. But I'm only going to bed because I want to go to bed. I ain't going to bed because she's making me go to, no, I'm styling right now. But no, I mean, I'm getting off of here. Peace and love to you all. Even the people that hate that I'm wearing this hat. Let me take it off for y'all. No, I ain't. I also was a raw vegan for a year and I enjoyed it. Yeah, man, it's awesome. Good night, everybody. I love you guys. I'll be back on tomorrow. Sub Captain Fumduck, I appreciate you, brother. All right, man. Love, man. Peace and love, and may God be with you all. Jesus loves you, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. G bro, peace, brother. Shantae, love the conversation. Louise, find the Lord, brother. I'm telling you, you're gonna think a lot different. Preston, have a good night, man. Peace, guys. Love y'all. All right, SR.